Okay. All right. I think we're live. Yeah, we are live, man. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the night shift where we talk Yankee baseball. Today, we're doing open mic as promised. I told you guys I'll do it. So I'm here to keep my word. Here to keep my word. It's open mic, so the link is pinned in the comment. If you want to join, please do so. I'd love to have you on and hear your opinions. Right now, you don't even have to show your face. Like right now, I got Welkin backstage. I'm gonna add him to the scene and let's hear what he got to say. What's up, Welkin? You hear me?
Yeah, what's up?
What's up, man? How you doing?
I'm good. It's just I thought today's game was pretty promising on the pitching side, at least, especially Paul
Oh,
Blackburn.
yeah. Well, we'll get to that.
But yeah,
I have it listed as today's topics, but we'll just as people come in, like uh the topics there. That's pretty much the questions I'm gonna be asking everybody. So
all right, cool. Yeah,
um,
go ahead. So first one's
you don't have
Yankees.
to go in order, man. You could go however you want. If you want to talk about Paul Blackburn, we could talk about Paul. This show is about you guys today.
Okay,
I'm just
cool.
here for the ride.
I'll start for the game today.
Okay.
Spencer Jones fits in there as
Mm-hmm.
well. All right, so for the pitching side, yeah, Jays didn't exactly have their A team, so it's not like Blackburn didn't get hit at all, and he was facing a bunch of scrubs. All due respect to the MLB players on the Jays, but I thought he did fine for a reliever. We're not obviously going to start him.
Yeah,
So,
a lot has to go wrong if he's starting a game.
yeah,
A
he's
lot
starting it.
went wrong.
I will be that hater and just say the season's over, like I did last year. But I thought he was fine for a reliever. And as for the hitters, I'm still really impressed with Caballero, but I'm not gonna go all raving on Caballero because guess what? Shortstop did well in spring training last year.
Uh,
Volpe.
yeah, right.
So I'm not gonna put all my hope just because a shortstop's hitting really well in spring training, but he seems to see the ball well with his ABSs. I think he's 4 for 4 now. So
With the ABS.
yeah, with the ABS, I believe he got 4 calls and all of them were correct.
Yeah. Um, I know he got one the other day that it barely nipped the strike zone. He got lucky on that one,
Yeah,
but
he got lucky on that one, but the other ones were like I feel like he's very confident on his helmet taps, whereas the other players not so much. Especially,
yeah.
actually, sorry, going back on the pitching, what you call it, Fernando Cruz didn't look that great. I will say that
Hmm.
he got out pretty lucky. Then he wasted an ABS on a pitch 2.8 inches off the plate, which was disgusting. Like I never want to see him have rain on the ABS ever again. But
Yeah, that's certain. I think right now Boone has it like everybody has kind of free reign, free will to do it, but eventually, I think
yeah, I
that's not
hope.
gonna be the case.
Yeah,
Like
I
teams
hope.
like the Dodgers or the Blue Jays, they flat out said like certain people are not allowed to even challenge at all. You know.
Yeah, Schneider's just like it's just me, Vladdy, and maybe someone else. But yeah, even Wells was like, "What are you doing, man?" When Fernando Cruz was helmet tapping, it's like, dude, even I saw it, and I don't even play ball. Like that's not a strike. But yeah, Fernando Cruz he's always been a worry on my side. So, but prospect wise, like I forgot what was the name of the guy who pitched in the ninth inning for us. He looked really good.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull it up right now.
His minor league stats were good as well. So
Yeah, I mean that's one thing that we got some prospects that they look promising, but who knows with prospects. But speaking of prospects, right?
mhm.
Uh, Pretty much the basis of the show is: Do you think the Yankees believe in Spencer Jones? Do you think that they think he's MLB ready? And do you think he's MLB ready?
uh, I actually I feel like I don't even know what they believe when it comes to prospects because they kept hyping up Jason Dominguez. Like they even gave him a nickname, the Martian. And then that's like then they don't even really play him often. It's just like,
I'm not sure if the Yankees game. I think that he was just kind of dubbed that. You
oh,
know,
was he dubbed that by the fans? I wasn't sure.
I think so. I don't think that I don't think Cashman actually said you're
Oh, okay.
now
Yeah,
the
yeah, that's true.
Martian or the PR team or anything like that did
Yeah,
that.
I wasn't sure if it's like the yes brought like they were all hyping up. I guess so, but as for
Hmm.
Spencer Jones, I don't know if they think he's ready, but I do believe if that Grisham did not sign that qualifying offer, I think they would have put him over Jason Dominguez in center field
Yeah.
because he has the defense, and yeah, he doesn't hit the ball in play often. Like he has a ridiculous K rate,
Hmm.
but when he does put the ball in play, it's absolutely murdered or sack fly if someone's on third. It's not going to be a weak lollipop. So that's what I like about him. Do I think he's MLB ready? Personally, I say yes, but for this season, I think keep him in minor leagues just because Grisham is going to be played. And I don't want them platooning Spencer Jones. I think it's going to hurt him if they platoon Jones.
I mean, me personally, like I want to see him versus more big leaguers, but today, his at bats versus Jose Barrios, they were not bad, right? I think
Yeah,
I'm not gonna say he's unlocked something, but I don't know. He seems like he's figuring it out.
yeah, Jose Barrios, I would say is a pretty good pitcher. Like he
No,
looked,
he
yeah, he's legit. So my thing with him as to why I was saying his K rate is I think overblown is because when your average is that high and your on base is that high, that means you're seeing the ball and you're just swinging and you're swinging with all your might. So it's either going to be obliterated or you're just going to swing and miss. And if his average was low and his on base was low, then I'd be like, all right, that's just another swing and miss dude that doesn't get it often. But he gets it
hmm
often enough, in my opinion. And when the pitches are bad, he'll take the walks. He has no issue just swinging because he wants to swing, which is my issue with Jazz sometimes. I feel like
yeah.
he swings because he wants to try hard to hit that 30-30 or that 40-40. I think Spencer's like, nah, if the pitch is off the zone, I'll take that walk any day.
I mean, yeah. I don't want to look because I haven't. I'll be honest. I haven't seen enough of him. That's why I
Oh,
do want. I want him to get a chance so we can
yeah, me
see more of him. You know, because hey man, look, we can't really base a decision on a few games, but I do believe, right? I do believe that the Yankees are really taking another look at this because you notice how he's been playing a lot more, right?
Yeah, he
He's been
played
in the
double. Yeah,
lineup,
he doubled up in this lineup too. Yeah,
and I
I
think they put him in today specifically because they're like, okay, yeah, you
right.
hit
Yeah,
those parking lot shots versus these minor leaguers. Let's put
actually,
him against a seasoned big leaguer,
a
you
real
know?
pitcher. You know what? You're totally right. The fact that they doubled him up and they gave him a shot against Jose Barrios, that makes sense. Yeah, they
Hmm.
wanted to see, and I know people are gonna be like, oh, he didn't. He just got an RBI. He didn't hit anything out of the park this time. But it's just like he looked good, and to me, that's more indicative than getting like weak infield hits that you can, some people you can just say, oh, it was just luck if it's just a weak infield hit. But I feel like he's seeing the ball against Jose Barrios, which is a good sign. Again, it's spring training. Like I said, Volpe did well, and now everyone wants him gone. So it's spring training, but I think in general, our whole entire farm system, I'm impressed. Lombard, I thought everyone was just glazing his defense because they wanted
Lambeau.
Volpe gone, but he looks complete legitimate. Like there's no lie about his defense.
No, the defense is that's not even in question, man. It's
Yeah, I
the
thought they were just glazing that defense, but no, that looks nasty. And so I would still keep him in the minor leagues to focus on his bat. But I'm excited for that. But
yeah, he's not ready. So
he's not already.
all right, but real quick though, link is in the description. It's open mic night. If anybody wants to join, you
Yeah.
can
Anyway,
join. You don't have to show your face. Like Wilkins not showing his face right now because I guess he's having some technical issues or
I
whatever.
just don't have a camera on my computer setup.
Oh yeah, well that's technical difficulties in
That's
my
it.
opinion. No, so real quick, all right, what's your biggest concerns for the 2026 season for the Yankees? And what keeps you up at night? What do you think is going to be the Achilles heel of this team? I mean, I already know your stance. Like you could tell everybody your stance.
Oh,
You're
if you wanna
frequent in the chat. You don't believe in this team much, right?
yeah, if you wanna bring up the receipts, I can go over my receipts and see if I was just, like, going full rage mode when I made those receipts or if I still agree with them now.
Let
I'm
me
not
find
telling you
it
to take
here.
back the receipts, but let's just go over
No.
my receipts.
Okay, yeah. Let me find it. Okay. Put it here. All right. So this is Welkins receipts. If you don't know, guys, I do this thing where if you make a bold prediction or any kind of prediction, I lock it into your receipt and we hold it and we revisit it later on in the season. But yeah, man, it's pretty much a lot of Jazz hate, to be honest,
Yeah,
man.
that's true. Alright, I mean, I'll add to that, but let's go over the receipts first, so we got some sort
Okay.
of plan going. So I say Jazz is gonna hit 227, 36 homers, and fall in the postseason, chasing for 40. Well, I guess that's wrong because now he's chasing for 50. So do believe that roughly he's gonna hit low average, but hit for higher homers? I do believe that. I think he might even hit 40 homers, trying to chase 50, but his hits for RISP and his average is gonna suffer, and I think he won't take walks. And he might get annoyed at Boone telling him to stop using ABS if he does get ABS wrong enough.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think that's gonna go well with the clubhouse. You're like, hey, Jazz, stop using ABS. It's only for Cole and not Cole, sorry, Wells. They're probably only gonna use catcher. It's only for Wells and Judge or something, and Jazz is gonna be annoyed at that.
But you know what though, man? I think that Schneider, right, the manager for the Blue Jays, I think he did the right thing. Like you go instead of having it open where anybody can use it, right? Make people earn it, right?
Yeah.
You let them know. That's what I think Boone should have did. Like, hey, look, unless your name is Aaron Judge, you're not you or Garrett Cole. You're not. You better not tap your freaking the top of your head. Um, it's gonna be on a case by case basis, and whoever earns it. Or I would say something like, look, if you want to challenge it, you got to tap your leg, and I'll tell you yes or no type thing. Just to
But
kind of
isn't the ABS you gotta be like quick? Like you can't
yeah,
look
it's got to
to
be quick, but it could
so
be quick, man. I guess I don't know, but I think we've seen it already. We've seen the Yankees blow through challenges in like 2 innings
they're
too.
just blowing through. Maybe it's like free reign and see whoever has a high percentage of ABS gets it in this regular season.
Mm, Could
Like
be.
for in my opinion, I'm giving it to Caballero for now. Like I feel like he's the fastest at helmet tapping, and one of those pitches was a close one, but he just seems so overconfident, like that everything he calls is correct, and it was. So maybe
Yeah.
Boone is taking that into consideration. Fernando Cruz, I'm taking off forever. 2.8 inches. I don't care if it's it was just one pitch. You got to be blind to think that's a strike.
Yep.
Um, Judge, obviously, he doesn't. You don't even need to ask for his permission. He's our star player. You got to give him that ability.
Hmm.
And Jazz, I feel like even if you do the Schneider method and say you got to earn it, I think you're gonna get on Jazz's nerves. What was that? Remember in the wild card, he got annoyed that he got called out of the lineup.
Oh no, he got annoyed because he wasn't in the lineup at all the first
Yeah,
game.
and then Boone
But
basically never told him.
I agree with him with the sentiment. Like he was right, but he went about it wrong. You
Yeah,
know.
it's just he wears his heart on his sleeve, and I think that's not great for what the Yankees need. We need composure because we always fall flat in key moments, like the postseason essentially, and that's my biggest worries for the 2026 season. I don't think we have the cohesiveness to pull through in late innings. And we always like, as you know, we tend to blow leads defensively.
Hmm.
Hitters don't hit with wrist. I don't know what Jazz's wrist hit rate is, but I'm pretty sure it was really bad, and that was one of the main reasons I never liked him. Like the eye test was bad, but I'm pretty sure even statistically he's not good with wrist.
Let me see if I can pull that up.
Yeah, I would like to confirm that if my eye tests with him or I'm just a hater. It could be both though.
Yeah. But we got 19 people in the chat right now. So this is the numbers with runners in scoring position in 2025. He batted 208, 125 at bats. On base percentage 299,
30,
OPS 6. So not great, right?
39 strikeout. You can't be doing that with RISP if you're a
Yeah.
good player. Like those are stats you expect from like if you're trying to swing for the fences, you're trying to solo homer it. All right, but with RISP, you should be trying to shorten your swing.
Man,
Like,
I feel like you just don't like Jazz, man.
I don't
Like
like
there's
him.
nothing he could do that you're gonna.
Well, no, that's
So
not true. So I will fight back on that. There is something
okay,
he could do. Oh, is there been a single postseason where he hit above 200 except for his Marlins postseason? And that Marlins postseason, he only had 3 at bats, so I don't really count that. But he's
yeah.
had quite a lot of at bats, 88 at bats, I believe, in the postseason,
Mm-hmm.
and he hasn't hit above 188 or something like that, 190. So yeah, I would actually be okay with him if he could hit above 200.
I'm gonna pull up his postseason stats last year.
Yeah, like they were not good.
Yeah, folks, if you just joined, if you want to join this open mic night, oh, I put the wrong thing. What did I do? I put home. Yeah, that's fine. Anyways, open mic night. The link is pinned in the chat right now. If you want to join, speak your mind, man. I have Welkin here with me. His camera's not on right now, but you can still hear him. Let me get into some of these. Let me clear this out first. Let me get into some of these chats real quick because they're blowing it up in there. Give me a second. All right. Who's this? Who we got here? Healing Men's Heart. All right, I'm gonna add you.
Who's this? Who we got here? Healing Men's Heart. What's going
Hey,
on?
hey, you got. I'm getting feedback from your mic, your speakers. Put
Oh,
headphones or something. You hear me, Healing Men's Heart? All right, man. Yeah, and when you come up here, you got to make sure. Look, you got to make sure you turn on echo cancellation, and if you can, use headphones because that creates a echo and
you
it
can't
gets
hear my
crazy.
echo, right? Or
No, I
anything.
don't hear yours.
That's good
No.
because I'm not using headphones, but
Yeah,
people
it's
have told
best
me,
to use headphones.
yeah.
All right, so let me see. Katie says, "What's up, chat? Another well-deserved victory for the Yankees." Yes, ma'am.
I mean, yeah.
Helaman's Hall. Austin Wells has a low baseball IQ. He can't be trusted with challenges.
Ah,
Man,
damn, that's kind of.
it's harsh.
Did he get one? How many challenges has he gotten wrong? I think maybe it's 2 actually. He's not that great with it. I think he got one as a when someone was pitching and when he was batting. But you kind of have to trust your catcher.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. That's tough for your
That's
catcher, man.
really
Your catcher's got to be he has the best view of the strike zone in the building.
yeah. I mean he does worry me. I'm not gonna lie. His challenges are sometimes iffy.
All right,
Are
Stealthy
you guys able to
Banjo.
hear me now?
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Stealthy Banjo says Kennedy Corona clears everyone but Judge in the outfield.
Damn, because he hit 2 homers in spring training. I like
He
him
look
though.
he
He
looks
looks
good though, man.
he looks good as hell though.
He made a play in the first game, that shot by Pete Alonso.
Mm-hmm.
That was a fantastic play, man.
No, he looks good. Like if he came up, I wouldn't be mad. Basically, some of these other dudes, like I don't want to see another Yorbit Vivas ever
Mhm.
again. I don't care what he does in spring training.
Kennedy Corona's thing, if you look at his numbers, he's like a 200 average hitter. So, but he can play defense though.
Yeah,
Mhm.
his stats. To be fair, he doesn't have that many at bats, right? If I believe.
That's true.
Like I think it would be fine to give players like that, but like what we don't need is Gerchek, I believe, is someone we signed recently.
Yep.
He literally just looks like a swing and miss power bat, and it's like we've had enough of those.
I think his career average is around 250. I mean, that's okay, but
Gerchek,
it's not great. So,
that might be back when he was actually good, though. I feel like it's
yeah,
fallen.
it's just an overall career. So,
Yeah, Like, I'm just looking at his recent Gerchek. I just feel like he's getting old. I feel like he's gonna compensate for a swing and miss with trying hard to swing, really hard. And I feel
I
like
mean,
if
what's old to you, man? He's
yeah,
older, but I don't think he's old like
I mean,
that.
he's 34. I mean, that's basically Judge. I mean,
yeah,
it's
but
not
not
like ancient, but it's not young either.
yeah.
So
What I mean by that is his profile looks like he's aging hard, kind of like how Bellinger. Like, people aren't sold on his stats because the way he's aging is not that great.
Mm-hmm.
I just feel like Gerchek, just looking at his average plummet, it's like it's not a great sign. But I don't know if people believe in him and he shows up again. Like, I'm not gonna tell people you don't have a shot. That's kind of my point with Spencer Jones. I feel like he earned it, but I don't want him to platoon with uh, Grisham. I think it's a waste.
Stealthy Banjo says, never doubt the king that is Corona. He says he's loosely joking, but he does believe in Corona. JK, Wells hit a cookie off the guy today. The pitch was right down the middle. I almost feel like anyone could hit that out. Man, I mean, not anyone, man. You got to give him a
I
little
mean,
credit.
almost all
At
homers
least.
are bad pitches. But you know, if he hits one, you gotta give credit to home runs in general.
yeah,
Like, yeah, there's only a couple of home runs that like that last Judge foul homer. That was not a pitch you can hit a homer off of, and he still did it.
Yeah. As I look at pulled up Randall Gurchek's, however you say his name. His career's totals are right there, 251 lifetime average.
He matched.
Okay. On base percentage under 300.
I don't like that on base. I'm not gonna lie.
I don't like it either. So
It's
he healing men's hearts, man. What are your do you believe that Spencer Jones is MLB ready? And do you think the Yankees believe he's ready? And do you think he's ready? Does he deserve a shot to you?
I'd say I'd rather have Spencer Jones up instead of Grichuk because we know Grichuk's going to make the team. Um, I think the Yankees don't think he's ready. We could see him possibly before the trade deadline, maybe, like especially if there's an injury. Do I think he's ready personally? No. I think he's going to be, I call him the air conditioning. He's just going to be a whiff machine. I mean, if he gets a hold of one, it's gone. Trust me on that. But it's just, I think his batting average would be, I think it could be bad. It could be like below like 200, the way he strikes out a lot.
So let me ask you guys this though, right? Obviously, he's not a right-handed batter, and the Yankees, we desperately need more right-handed bats, and that's why they got the guy Randall Gurchek. Do you think, right? Because Randall Gurchek is not a good defender, right? He's not a plus defender at all. And somebody double check that, and make sure I'm not speaking garbage, but I believe he's not a good defender. Anyway, Spencer Jones, we know, is a good defender. I don't know if you have to choose between those two. What do you think is more worth the roster spot? I guess I'm trying to say.
It's hard to say because we need righties, but
we need righties for the sake of just having a righty. He could suck.
that's the thing. That's what I mean. Okay, so like going back, I mean, I already explained this, but going back on the whiff machine, Spencer Jones, I do believe, yeah, he's gonna whiff, but I think his average and on base percentage is good enough to like compensate. Like when he whiffs, he ain't putting the ball into play. But honestly, from what I've been annoyed from last year, at least that means no double plays. He's just gonna strike out and that's it. But
That's a fair point because double plays are a killer, man.
I'm
So
so
it's probably
sick
better
of
to strike out.
I'm so sick of people walking Judge, especially the Blue Jays, and the next dude just fucking hits into a double play. At least get the guy to second, or get the guy from third to a sac fly. So like if Spencer Jones' average was like 240 or 230, I'm totally out on him. Or if his on base was low. But I'd say Spencer Jones sees the ball well enough. He walks a lot. Enough. I wouldn't say a lot.
So Stealthy Banjo in the comment section said he likes Gurchek move. very low risk and good proven veteran. I don't think he's an all-star, but as a fourth outfielder, what's the issue? I mean, it's no look. I don't even know too much about the guy to
Me neither.
to
Yeah.
say he sucks or not. Whatever the stats though tell me he's not a great player, right? Um, and from what everything I've heard, right, he's not a great defender either. To me, the Yankees got him because they need a right-handed bat, right? And then my whole thing with it, right, is just that he's taken a valuable roster spot that could have been Dominguez or Spencer Jones. Whether you think those guys are ready or not, but if the Yankees ain't gonna move these guys, to just have them rot in AAA is criminal in my opinion.
Honestly, if I'm a prospect, I don't want to be with the Yankees. I'm never gonna be able to play at this rate.
Agreed.
Like unironically, just like, can I just go to the A's for all I care?
Yeah.
But I don't know. I just, like you said, I think the issue isn't that is Gerchik good. He's obviously good. It's just, is he what the Yankees need? He's a righty, sure, but his on base is so bad. I don't think that's good. Like, the Yankees need a contact bat or someone who walks a lot. I guess Grisham walks a lot, but like, look, lately he looks like trash.
Oh, Grisham looks like
He
shit. I
he
think he's
looks like,
like 130 something in spring.
oh yeah,
Yeah, he's
sorry
been
about
really
the
bad.
my bad. But
He,
he's really bad lately. But again, I don't put too much stock on spring training because I was telling Jason earlier. Remember who did well in spring training? Freaking Volpe. So it's like, even if you look good or you look bad, that doesn't mean anything in spring training. You kind of just have to go with it. But I understand why people don't like Grisham because he was awful in this postseason. So I personally preferred if they just let Jason Dominguez or Spencer Jones play.
I'm gonna pull this up here. This is Randall Gerchik's Baseball Savant. -2 outs above average, arm value 0.
What does he play? Right field.
But
What were
I see what the Yankees, his barrel percentage is up, hard hit percentage. I think they see some upside to this guy. So look, we'll see what happens, man. But he's definitely taking a spot from one of the prospects, and
I just think, like, what if, let's say we put Gerchuk in the lineup, where would he even be? And then who would be lineup? Who would be leading off? His on base is so bad. He would only have to be cleanup or something.
yeah, I don't know.
I don't think he fits in just because he's a righty. I just think that's his only redeeming factor. Everything else is a minus. He can't defend, and he doesn't walk. He just mashes. So we just get Stanton 2.0. And honestly, Stanton hits line drives more, at least according to
Yeah,
the savant.
I think that yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe they just send him down to AAA or something. But yeah, you're right because it makes no sense. They like if you gave Trent Grisham $22 million, he's your everyday. He's an everyday player. You're not platooning him with somebody. So I don't think that's gonna happen. Obviously, first base is already covered. It's not like you could throw Bellinger at first against lefties and sit down Rice and then put Gerchuk at left field because then you have Paul Goldschmidt. Where does he get his at bats from? So you're right. I don't know, man. The Yankees, look, the way I see it right now, they got a lot of puzzle pieces that don't fit, man. But they got a lot of pieces. So
I just feel like they got Gerchuk and they're like, oh yeah, we got a righty. And then it's like they looked at the street and they're like, oh, wait a minute. Where would he even play? Who's going to lead off?
yeah,
Jazz?
that's what I'm saying. They got depth,
Jazz
right?
could lead off, but
We've got depth, right? Like all of a sudden we got a million outfielders when just 2-3 years ago we had freaking IKF as a starting center fielder. Right?
I'm glad. I'm sorry, but it's tangent, but I'm so glad IKF is gone. I think he's gonna ruin it for the Red Sox personally. He already did it for the Jays.
Man, that one play.
That slide, I know he's trying to like deflect blame and say the third base coach is like first, but No one told you to slide at home, bro.
Yeah. So healing men's hearts, right? What's your biggest concerns for the 2026 season?
um, two things really. I mean, the starting is okay. We do have injuries, but it's whatever. I have more faith in the starting pitching than anything on the team. But the two things I have a problem with are the bullpen looks like crap,
Mm-hmm.
and then two, the lineup. It hasn't changed, so we're going to get the same results as last year. I think it'll be worse because everybody in the AL East, with the exception maybe of Tampa Bay, but they always play us tough. I mean, everybody's
Mm-hmm.
gotten better. I'm trying to be positive. You know me, I'm Eeyore. There's a rain cloud all the time around me, but this lineup is terrible, man. You take away Judge, and our team batting average is treading water around 250. We just
Uh,
don't
I,
just don't hit. We just don't hit for contact.
but I'm gonna play devil's advocate, right? I'm not saying I disagree with you or agree with you, but they scored the most runs last season. The same lineup.
But when were those runs scored? Runners in scoring position.
Yeah, it was empty
Like when we
calories.
needed a big hit, we never get it. Like when the game's on the line, we just don't do that.
Uh, I I'd
Mm.
I'd say Grisham made up for those, but do we really expect Grisham to do that again this year? That's the problem. I actually think we could potentially be worse this year.
Oh yeah,
Like
I
Grisham.
think fourth place. I really think we're gonna be a fourth place team.
Okay, I don't believe that.
I don't think so, man.
I actually
Damn, dude,
disagree
knock
on
on
both.
wood. Hold on, man. Let's get some sage or some kind of light a candle somebody at home.
I
This guy's
also
bringing this
disagree on the
bad
Red Sox.
vibes, man.
I don't think the Red Sox got better. They got a sleeper agent on their team, Sonny Gray. Did you see his game today? I know it's just spring training, but he looked
Mm.
awful, as I predicted.
Yeah, Sonny Gray doesn't put any fear in my heart. I think that whole thing, that whole stunt with him saying all that, talking all that shit, that was just to get the Red Sox fans riled up and get them behind him.
There's a lot of
Uh,
people saying, "Oh, like you gotta respect him." Like, "Oh, he only did bad at Fenway because he was a Yankees." Like he's done bad at Fenway even as an athletic. He's just not good at Fenway. So now
Yeah,
that
he's
he's gonna
not.
be
He sucks at Fenway.
now that he's in Fenway for most of his starts, he's gonna get rocked just like today.
I mean, we
I
don't know that, right? My thing with him, I think that he doesn't do well under pressure. That's
Yeah,
all.
and the Red
He's a
Sox
good
and the
pitcher.
Yankees, the fans will hate you. I think Roman Anthony got booed on his first debut. Like the fans are brutal too.
Yeah.
So, like they think, oh, just Yankees are brutal fans. The Red Sox booed Roman Anthony, who was like their number one prospect. So anyone will get booed. Sonny Gray is not going to feel great.
Mm.
So I
So,
can't. They lost Devers. They lost. It's like I made fun of it. It's just like when Devers was traded, like Cole probably was already throwing bullpen. He felt real good about Devers leaving AL East.
all right.
And
So, healing men's hearts, your biggest concerns is the offense, and Woken, yours is Jazz Chisholm Jr.
yeah, Jazz Chisholm, Ass Chisholm. Sorry, you got to be.
Damn, dude. Nah,
I
man. Jazz is not my biggest. I think he's gonna have a good year.
all right. It would be
But
it would be his
I do
first.
I do agree with you though that sometimes, man, he does these knucklehead things that I can't, man. He pisses me off sometimes. So I hope he cleans that up, especially because this is
Oh, I'm rooting for him.
a
Yeah,
contract season.
yeah, I'm rooting for him because I actually do think that he's gonna hit better this postseason. There's no way you can hit 180 again in the postseason. At 88 at bats, he has to hit higher this season. So I do believe he'll do better. But
Mm,
will it be empty calorie hits or will they actually matter? We'll see.
we'll
I'm
see, right?
rooting for him, but I'm his biggest hater until he proves himself. I think that's the distinction I'll make on as Chisholm.
Let me say what's up to some of these. Get to some of these comments here. Kelvin, what's good, man? Says what's up. Stealthy Banjo says lineup was the best in baseball
Oh,
offensively last year.
that was a
Why
double.
is running it back bad? You guys want to speak to that or keep moving?
I'll let healing.
I mean, if you're going just by the numbers, yeah, I think the best probably OPS and like home runs and stuff like that. This team can slug for sure. It's just like your batting average. To me, it's the most underrated offensive stat because your chance of getting a hit, like that's huge. If you're 250 or more, if everybody on the team averaged around 250, every fourth guy up would get a hit statistically.
Yeah.
So
Give you an
still,
example, right? Like I
yeah, go ahead, man.
calculated the numbers on Toronto because they're the standard right now. You know, they're the daddy of the AL East right now until we beat them. So you got to match them pound for pound. So I crunched the numbers. It was painstaking. Guys who played 100 games or more, I went down and did the batting average and averaged it. Guess what their team batting average was in 2025?
What's that?
280?
It was 271. Guess what the Yankees is?
240.
It's barely 250, like 252
Oh.
or something like that.
Honestly,
That's like a 16-point difference. And look how much of a better team they were.
And I'll be honest, that batting average is probably inflated by Judge.
By Judge, yeah.
There's no way. And guess what they do with Judge? They just walk him. So then take out Judge, our batting average is probably 230 or lower.
Yeah.
The Jays
it's below 250.
The Jays walk him, and it's really smart.
All right, so let me ask you guys this, right? In your opinion, right? What's more important, batting average or on base percentage? So what if let me finish. What if you're batting 240, right? But your on base percentage is 340?
I'd say that's pretty good. I would say
yeah, if your on base percentage is 340, to me, like the standard should be 350 or higher. I understand that's probably a hard metric to get, but no, I see your point. 340 is pretty good.
I'm gonna pull this up right now.
Average.
This is Jose Caballero's 2025 season stats, right? I pulled it up because I'm looking at this, right?
Yeah.
It's pretty much average.
Yeah.
Pretty much the same scenario I just gave you.
Wait, is that also including the start in the Marlins? Because he was kind of bad in the
Rays.
In the Rays.
Yeah, this is the full season stats. That's 314 at bats right there.
Because he had a monster half with us. I do know that.
So I say that to say this, right? Batting average, of course, is important, right? It's always been important, but it's not everything also. I don't need everybody to bat 330 either, you know? Like certain guys, I value their on base percentage more, you know. But the two kind of correlate. But if you're like Anthony Volpe, where he don't excel in neither one, becomes a problem, right? Let me add Kelvin to the building, man. What's up, Kelvin?
How's it going, you guys?
Good, man. I'm coughing up a lung here, but I'm all right. How you doing?
I'm doing good, man. Just not got off work, so that you were going live. I had to pop in. Had to.
Yeah, man. It's nice hearing from you. Nice. I mean, I'd like to put a face to the name and to the voice, but I appreciate you joining, man. I really go. Oh, there we go. We got him right there.
What up, y'all? But like on the topic of our offense, somebody was mentioning like our average. A lot of it, somebody put the perfect word behind it. A lot of it was empty calories in terms of like situational hitting. We literally had 2 months of proving that our offense wasn't up to actual snuff. And then our runs, we inflated a lot of those stats in garbage time or when teams were just worse than us. The fact that we can set our clocks to us having a bad June and July is insane for an offense of pro hitters. And it just sucks because there was a lot of times where our offense was doing bad. People wouldn't work the count. It was like everybody went up there with a swing happy mode. I don't mind slug, but I also understand that like at times it's not even about being like skilled enough to situationally hit or put down a bunt. It's just skilled enough to at least see 4 pitches, at least see 5 pitches. And we don't have enough of that. That's why I'm such a Cabby fan. And I think Cabby needs to go off.
You know, it's funny that you mentioned that seeing pitchers, right? There's one thing, and I know I've been a big advocate for Ryan McMahon in 2026, but today he pissed me off royally. 2 at bats, 2 pitches, 1 weak shallow fly ball to center, and the other a weak roller to second base. I was like, come on, dude, really? You must want to go home, right?
He's got a hot date. It's all these first pitch swinging dudes.
Yeah, man. So what's your well, we'll get to some of these questions here, but what's your biggest concerns for the 2026 season? Aside from everything you just said, is that your biggest concern? Is the offense, or if you had to put it on one person or one thing, what would it be?
The front office.
The front
I want them to
office. Ooh.
like gutsy moves.
Mm.
We have all the like we have talent to change the philosophy of the offense. Like you point towards J Dom being or maybe it's Ace, but I think y'all both agree that like our the start of our lineup should be somebody that's more contact based and can score on a double in the gap. I would like for the front office to sort of play people based around merit. If somebody's going, keep them going. If somebody's off, I don't care if they're getting paid a ton. Like sit them down. It's not going to hurt them. Their paycheck is still going to clear.
Yeah. Um. And what about what do you think about Spencer Jones? How do you think the Yankees feel about him, and how do you feel about him?
I don't think he'll like.
Just keep it real,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, keep it.
What the guy was? Sorry, go ahead.
No, so do you believe in Spencer? No, do you think he's MLB ready, and do you think the Yankees think he's MLB ready?
Okay, I'll talk about the Yankees first. I think from listening to a lot of podcasts and folks saying you have to look at what the Yankees do rather
That's
than
what I
their
always say, and what they
yeah,
say.
rather
Yeah.
exactly. Unfortunately, I don't think that they believe that he is ready for the bigs. Um, I believe that he is because
Okay.
he has 4.2s already, and you see him progressively getting better. And just look like whenever I watch his at bats, I'm just looking for him to look comfortable. He'll of course have a big like whiff, but there's a lot of like his stance is already weird enough. So I like to like judge it to see if he's outmatched from like pitch one or so. But I think that I want him to be like a high level. I want him my my wish is not even for him to be judge all of regular season. I would like him to be judge in like big moments and like high leverage, like a lefty judge and high leverage, because that was the stain on Judge until this playoff run. He just couldn't get it done when it mattered. So it would be
Yeah.
great if Spence was like, yeah, he whiffs a ton, but just like Stanton, like when it matters, he's going to get it done. But we might not see it this whole year, which sucks.
Yeah. You want to speak to that, Healing Men's Hearts or Welkin? I'll say this though before you go. Right. Um, I get it. Like the comparisons, like you can make whatever comparison you want, but and I don't want to say it's a lot of pressure, but of course, man, I would like any other judge, right? I want anybody to be like Judge, but I think he's worth a shot, right? I think it's worth giving him a shot, right? Obviously, whether we think he is or they think he is, it doesn't matter. Like we'll never know if they keep him down there forever, And if you're gonna do that, then let's trade him. Let's get something that can help the team now. I want something that could impact this team right now. But if you're just gonna sit on these prospects till they lose their value, then what's the point? That's my biggest gripe with the front office and how they're handling Jason Dominguez and Spencer Jones.
Mm.
You with us, Healing Men's Heart?
Yeah, I am. I didn't know if Welkin wanted to jump in. I can jump in though, but I think it's all kind of moot at this point. This is the men we've chose to go to battle with, and I don't know if they kind of stumbled into Grish this year, but I mean Grish is their guy. I mean, so if it were me, this is what I would have done. I would have let him walk. I wouldn't even have done the qualifying offer to risk a draft pick. I wouldn't have once Belly started playing mind games, I would have let him walk too. I go, here's the offer. If you want it, you can have it. And if I didn't hear from him by early January, I'd be like, hey, Belly, we've decided to move on with J-Dom. J-Dom would have been up, and I would have done Spencer Jones. I would have done it because I really don't think this is a World Series team, if I'm being honest with you. You know, and we're probably not going to have baseball anyway in 2027. So just let the young kids play. You know, you got to see what you have in these guys. See, the Yankees are trying to be both like a mid-market team, and they're trying to act like they're trying to go for a World Series every year. Which is it, Cashman? You talk up all these prospects, and then you don't. We kind of stumbled into Cam Schlittler. I think he still would be in the minors if it wasn't for injuries to get him there. It's like Cashman talks up these guys, and he doesn't play them. They're not going to grow if you don't play prospects at the major league level.
Yeah, you know, I agree with a lot that you just said, but I sometimes too, man, like we're trying to win, but that's one thing though. You got to give these guys a chance or move them. That's my whole thing. Is like, if you're not gonna play him, if you're not gonna bring him up here, then let's move him. Let's get something that can let's get someone that can make an impact on this team now. You know, because you know I hate saying this, right? The clock is ticking, right? That window is closing, but it's just like they got to do something, especially because like Spencer Jones. It's not fair to these guys either. Like, you know, if you look at it, like I'm sure that they like look low key, right? They say, yes, I love being in this organization. I love wearing the pinstripes, but low key they're probably like, man, if I was on the Rockies, I'd be a big leaguer right now, making all this money, and you know, yeah, I'll be on the Rockies, but at least I'll be in the big leagues, you know. So that's what I think. Let me get to some of these chats real quick. And somebody put a mask on me, slow burner. Yeah, so I don't know. I guess Dylan Cease made his first start today for the Blue Jays. All right.
How did Cease do?
Not sure. But Stealthy Banjo says Okamoto has never seen a 95 mile per hour slider. They going back at it, man. They're going back and forth, man. But yeah, man. So key takeaways so far this spring. Anybody, you know, you want to take it, Kelvin? Speak on that.
Volpe is the first man out. Volpe needs to not play for the whole entire year. Just Volpe. Like
that's your key takeaway for spring. He's not even playing right now, man.
Exactly, and he should in every single like my opinion on the front office this year is going to be changed on like how they go about the whole Volpe situation. Because again, like I said earlier, I'm judging them on how they look at performance and just base everything around playing the best nine, pitching the best pitchers for that game. And there's no period where there's out of 3 years, Volpe has only been a good to average player for about 3 months total. And in the spring training, everybody at his position is outperforming him. Of course, not against major league talent, but they're outperforming him on both sides of the ball. So my biggest takeaway upon things that can be like acted on, as in right now, the front office can like start making moves on, is just start playing it for Volpe to have like a June comeback rather than him coming back in May. Like slow walk him out, keep him down there for those 30 days that they need to keep him for another year, and then like build around that.
You know, I'm glad you brung that up, because when he does come, right, it's not like he's just somebody's gonna lose a spot, right? You got a clear spot for Volpe to come back. So how is that gonna work? You know, I'm trying to pull up the roster right now so I can look at the depth chart and see. But yeah, I think it's gonna. Yeah, you're right. It's gonna be interesting how they handle this whole shortstop situation when Volpe's back. Because let's say, unless Caballero flat out sucks, right? If he comes out and he is terrible, then it makes their decision a lot easier. But if he plays really well, man, how do you not leave him out there. Like the fan base, we're always mad at them, but we will really be mad at them. And you want this fan base to hate Volpe even more, right? That's every time he goes out there, he'll be booed. If Caballero is balling and he's not starting, and they put Volpe in there, and it's gonna this season got a lot of storylines. It got a lot of things that I'm looking forward to, and that's one of them. It's gonna be crazy, man. The way the Yankees navigate this season, it's gonna be very interesting. Especially when guys like Cole come back and Rodon. It's gonna be a lot of moving pieces. That's why I say the roster going into opening day, that lineup too, is gonna be. I have a feeling it's gonna be a lot different than how we finished the season, and hopefully they go out there and they get some real hitters. Some big boys in the lineup. So we need. But we'll see. We will see. What about you, Hillman's key takeaway so far this spring? Is it a certain player you're looking at who shocked you? Is it the Yankees? Is it the ABS Boone?
So far, what I've seen, I've liked what I've seen out of both Elmer and Lagrange. Those have been nice surprises. I don't think any of them are ready to come up yet, but it's encouraging. And Kennedy Corona is kind of nice. I mean, he's got no shot to make the team, but it's nice that he's down there. I think he might still have options, probably, but I think Spencer Jones and J Dom are ahead of him, probably in the pecking order. But that's too bad because I don't know. He just looks like he brings like some spunk, and he's good with the glove. It's just his hitting. But Jake Bird is, I think he's doing pretty decent so far from what I could see in the stats. So that's encouraging. If he's really up to snuff, that'll bolster the bullpen. Because I just don't trust guys like Angel Chavi. I just don't see it with him. And Camilo Duvall has been bad out the gate in spring. I mean, it's one game, but he has to perform this year. He has to.
That ain't right.
But Bednar looks pretty good too. But we already knew Bednar was good. That's what I see this spring.
So I'm glad you brought up Lagrange. We got to say it right, man. Lagrange.
Yeah, no, I'm not.
You got to roll the R, man. Let me hear you roll the R. You know how to roll your R's, Kelvin?
No.
A little bit. We're gonna get you right, man. Lagrange. Something like that. Anyway, freaking dude, he looks really good. Like I was big on he's not ready. He needs more time. But now when I see somebody throwing 102 consistently, and then throwing a changing speeds the way he I don't care if he's ready or not, man. Like that plays in every level. I don't care if you could throw 102 for a strike, that's gonna play. I think I don't know, man. I'm starting to agree with Eli and everybody who's saying that he needs to make the roster out of spring training. I'm starting to think that this kid could really make this roster, and make the jump.
He could. I mean, he'd probably be a good in the bullpen, but that might mess up his development if they want to make him a starter because you have to go back and forth. I don't like doing that to players. If I were a manager, I wouldn't want to do that. But I think he could contribute in the bullpen if they wanted to make a reliever out of him.
You know what
I'm not sure.
No, go ahead, Kelvin. My bad. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No worries. I'm not sure if you were saying it, but apparently he's a stud mentally too. So if he has like a meltdown or like a bad start in the bigs, a lot of Yankees officials have sort of said that he has like the mindset to where it won't affect him in the long run. And is it like the same? Do you kill a pitcher's development by calling them up and they get shelled? Because I know for hitters it's sort of like it messes with their mind. Is it the same thing for pitchers?
I think of course, anytime you get shelled, it puts a dent in your confidence a little bit. But
I mean, Jake Bird shaved his whole entire beard. he
no,
got
but he shaved it
he got
before he
murdered.
got here, though.
I don't know. It's just no. He shaved a little bit when he got here, a little bit, but I think he got full shaven on his spring training. He
No,
looked absolutely destroyed.
I think that you could get hurt by, but I mean, it happens. As a pitcher, I bet you this, right? It won't be the first time he's gotten clobbered. Every pitcher gets clobbered at some point in their life. Like it's just, that's just how it is. But I think that with Lagrange, I don't know, man. The dude is filthy, man. That's stuff you really can't teach, man. That's special stuff right there. And I get it, like I get what Healy Men's Hearts was saying that, to develop him as a starter, it's hard to flip flop him to the bullpen and back and stuff like that. But then you gotta have a sit down and have a really real conversation. Like, okay, do you see this kid being a starter for very long, or is he gonna be in the bullpen at some point? What's best for his career? Obviously, every pitcher wants to be a starter at first, and that's where the money's at. But what's best for his career, his longevity, his arm, right? Because he's throwing 102. Imagine throwing that, 100 times a game. He's a young kid, but I know you got to have that sit down, that tough talk, and say, hey, I'll tell you this, man. If they say, look, do you want to stay down there? We'll promote you to AAA. And you could be a starter down there and work on your stuff, or you want to be a big leaguer right now and just pitch one inning out the bullpen for us every now and then. I think he'll choose get the call up, because as far as starters go, I don't think he's next on the pecking order. I think ERC is next, so it's tough.
I think he has the stuff to even pitch 2 innings if they needed him to, because the way that Boone manages the bullpen. Like, he overuses people, so having these people pitch would be nice. My issue with, wasn't there a guy like Jabba said he didn't like being put into that situation where you're just a reliever, then you're a starter, and then a reliever again. So
yeah, no pitcher likes that.
Yeah, I'm sure they get annoyed at that. But like, if you're gonna ask a AA pitcher, like you said, hey, do you want to pitch AAA? Or do you want to be on the Yankees and give us a chance to win the World Series? They're gonna pick the latter. So
Of
I
course.
don't think he's gonna mind like at all. And judging by Fernando Cruz's outing today and our bullpen issues, I think it would be fine to bring him up at some point if Fernando Cruz's troubles continue. Like, Fernando Cruz got out of the inning today, but I swear that double play was like pure luck. It did not look good at all. But
hey, man, we'll take it however it comes.
No, trust me, I'd rather have a lucky pitcher than a unlucky good pitcher. So if Fernando Cruz can keep this up, pitch rocket ships that just go to the warning track all day, get him in the lineup.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, what about you? You think he should be up here? You think he should make the roster, Kelvin? Think he's ready for that?
Yeah. After that, after the way they sort of explained it just then, I think Welkin, I definitely would want him up because, like I said, I think he has the mental fortitude already to handle whether he does good or bad, and then having like the starter workload, he can go 2 innings, but there also is he might get annoyed if they're like jumping him back and forth between this year we want you to focus on bullpen, but didn't Hill at times come out the bullpen and as well as Clark Schmidt. And then eventually they like became starters. So it very well could work, and we need bullpen help bad.
Well, no, Luis Hill and Clark Schmidt, they both starters, but Clark Schmidt did pitch a little bit out the bullpen in postseason. I believe it was 2022.
Okay.
But here's the thing, guys, right? Right. That's why I said there's only so many spots, right? You got Cole and Carlos Rodon coming back. Even Luis Hill, he's got to start looking at the bullpen, maybe, or Will Warren. Some. some of these guys, they got to go to the bullpen, whether they like it or not. Or you could pitch in the minor leagues, that's just the way it is. And this kid's throwing 102, man. Like, I'm telling you, it's like that plays anywhere. I'm telling you, it plays anywhere. Obviously, he's going to have a learning curve because the big league hitters, they'll adapt.
Yeah.
But why not, man? Why not? You see other teams, man, they push pitchers up. When you're that talented, they'll get you up here, I think the big leagues is the best place to learn. I think he's man, knock on wood, man. You guys, because I know I was singing a whole different tune just 2 weeks ago. I was saying he's not ready. Man, 102 though, consistently, that's hard to deny, man. I don't care.
He looks effortless too. He doesn't look like he's straining for that 102. So I think he can repeat that over a course of innings.
Yeah, you'd rather have him in the bullpen or Paul Blackburn?
Oh my God!
Right, that's how I see it. Like, come on, what are we doing here? Really, what are we doing?
Oh, I get you with that. I'd rather have either one, really, Elmer or Legrand. But the thing is, it's just the walk rates. Just got to get those down, man.
Yeah,
just got to get them down.
Jonathan, what's up, man? You want to chime in?
Yeah, I just got back from the airport, so I didn't know you were live.
Oh yeah. So have you been listening to the conversation though? You want to chime in?
I have not listened to the conversation. As I said, I just came back from the airport an hour ago, and I opened my computer when I unpacked.
All right, bye then. No, I'm just kidding, man. You're good. So we're talking about Carlos Legrand. We already covered Spencer Jones, and if you want to chime in on that, you can. We're talking about Legrand, and should he be up here in the big leagues? Should the Yankees make straight from Double-A to the big leagues?
Yeah, look, you can never have enough pitching if you have a young, controllable pitcher. And
let me hold that thought right there, right? I hear what you're saying. You can never have enough pitching, but there's only so many roster spots, right? So that's what we got to keep in mind.
In the 60-day IL, so is Garrett Cole, 2 more roster spots.
Yeah. So who doesn't make the if Legrand does make a spot, whose spot is he taking? Because that's essentially what you're doing.
Are you putting him in the bullpen, or are you putting him in the rotation?
That's a good. What will you do, right? Well, that's a question for the panel.
Yeah, that's the question. I don't know enough about him in terms of his. He seems like a very good bullpen arm, though. But if he could be a starter, I mean, we could see another version of Cam Schlittler.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and also, I know that there hasn't been much talk about payroll, but the Yankees always think about payroll. And the only way to lower the payroll is develop your own players.
Yeah. I get Carlos gets a lot of comparisons to Dellin Betances, who was a starter, right, throughout his whole minor league career. He was originally a starter, and he had to convert into a reliever. And sometimes that's a good thing, especially when you throw that hard, right? Because when you throw that hard, you kind of want to hold back a little bit because you don't want to just, it's like I say, it's like a gun, man. You only got so many bullets in there. You want to kind of save your arm a little bit. But as a reliever, hold on, let me finish, Jonathan. As a reliever, man, you go out there, balls to the walls, because you're only getting 3 outs or 5 outs, whatever it is. You don't have to worry about, saving your energy for 7 innings or something like that, And
that's a good point long term. If you're a hard thrower, bullpen arm is probably safer for you long term because you're not throwing 90 or 100 pitches. You're throwing maybe 20 to 30 at most. So if you're a guy who throws 95 to 100 miles an hour for 20 to 30 pitches a game instead of 85 to 100 per game, your arm will last you a lot longer, and you'll potentially save you from injuries.
Yeah. John the Beagle Dad says, "What's up, fellas? Salute to the panel. What's up, John? Um, yeah, man. I think we covered all that. So I guess we'll just freestyle here, man. Just let the chat decide. Everybody in the chat, you guys let us know what you want to hear us talk about. And we're talking about you guys in the panel, man. If you want to talk about anything, you know, this is the open mic night. We talk about anything. It don't even have to be about baseball. Talk about anything you want.
I'm curious about how the infield will look on opening day.
Why's that?
I'm not sure about. Maybe I'm not sure about second base right now, but
Second,
you have Volpe going down, and you have, I believe, the favorite is Caballero to take his place.
Are you talking about second base or shortstop?
Both.
Well,
But
I know
for sure,
Welkin.
oh, yeah, you piqued my interest. You mean second base Jazz Chisholm?
Chisholm.
Yeah. No, I'm not his biggest fan. Okay, I'm rooting for everyone because I'm a Yankee fan. I hope Jazz does well, but when he's asking for 35 million 10-year contract,
No.
that's a lot if we want to lower our payroll. I would rather move someone to second base like Volpe if they really want to keep him. I don't want him to play shortstop ever again. Just move him to second.
I agree. And the Yankees have so many infielders in their minor league system. I'm sure someone can. What are you going to do with Lombard next year? What are you going to do with a bunch of these guys? Kilby might be coming up after this year. Caden Kent.
Who, Dax Kilby? No, he's still too young. I don't see. He's got a couple more years at least, unless
What
he
about,
absolutely
do
balls.
you
You know.
think Caden Kent can jump the gun a little bit after this year?
Mm,
No,
He's
I think
22
there's
years
too
old
many.
in high A.
I get, yeah. Nah, he's in high A. He's got some, and there's too many roadblocks. Man,
yeah. I
there's
feel
too
like
many roadblocks.
Lombard is the same issue. I think he's almost ready, but his bat still needs a little work. But if I'm not going to trip and say, oh, our farm system is complete garbage, because so
Well,
far it looks pretty good.
Lombard is the best defensive shortstop we have in the minor league.
And yeah, he's looked good everywhere. On third base, he looked great.
Yeah.
Shortstop, he looks good. And I'm not someone who watches the minor leagues a lot. So when everyone was telling me, oh, he did so good, it's just like, oh, I don't watch those games. But I watched spring training now. Looks good to me.
Well, if
Mm.
the Yankees can figure out his bat, then he can be a dangerous hitter and player overall in the major league.
Yeah.
So, Sarge, man, what's good? So, what's good, Sarge? That's how we say it, man. Anyway, he says Jones is ready. 2 of his 3 home runs are off nasty breaking stuff. What do you guys have to say about that?
If Jones can figure out how to hit 270 in the major league, he's going to be a very dangerous player in the major league.
Agreed.
Yeah.
I think even with his K rate, if you're hitting 270 with a 350 on base, I don't think anyone's going to care that you're striking out or hitting something to the moon. But I don't know if he's necessarily what we need over someone like a contact hitter. But my issue with Jason Dominguez is that they're experimenting too much with him with his switch hitting stuff, and it's not working out.
Yeah, I agree. He needs to just hit left-handed.
I
I
hate
agree
his switch
with
hitting
that.
stuff.
I think Dominguez needs to stay with lefty.
Yeah, if he can hit 280 or yeah, he was hitting 280 during for a couple like 2 months in a row on leadoff, and then when he started experimenting with switch hitting, he went like on a 20.
Now he
Like,
was always a switch
20.
hitter.
Yeah, he went like 0 for 20 when he started experimenting. I'm like, please stop. We don't need that.
And the other thing the Yankees need to figure out is they need to have a solid lineup. They cannot change the lineup every other game. Every guy has a role in the lineup. You might be able to switch a few players here and there, but not overall not the majority.
Yeah, I think it was during the summer that we started doing what people are calling musical chair lineups, and I think that's when we had one of the worst losing streaks in a while.
Well, that type of lineup needs to be figured out before the first game of the season.
Yeah,
That's the whole point of spring training.
I'm just hoping Grisham figures it out because something tells me that they really want him to lead off, and I'm not so sure that's going to be a good idea. I
I
don't think
agree with you, Welkin. I mean, I think he's gonna. Boone can't help himself. Grish is gonna lead off.
it's going to be annoying watching him because it's and like I don't even
Kelly's
want to blame
laughing.
the players too much. It's not Grisham's fault, man. It's just that's just who he is. He's a guy that tends to walk a little bit and hit homers and zero doubles. And then Boone's like, "Yeah, you're in the freaking lineup and you're leading off." And Grisham's
He's
like,
gonna.
"What?"
Boone is telling us without telling us, right? That's why he keeps putting him at leadoff. We've already seen the lineups that Boone's gonna throw out there in 2026. He's already showed us it. Pay attention to the lineups, who he has leading off and stuff. He's playing with it to see. He's already shown us his what him and Brad Alsmith is planning to throw out there in terms of the lineup. So Grish is gonna be leading off a lot, right? For a while too, because even if it's not working, we've seen that they're just a little stubborn and it takes them a while to just admit their faults and
Well,
correct it.
I also think the AL East will be a very difficult. It will probably be one of the most difficult AL East we've seen in a long time.
Oh yeah.
A long time. Probably not in the last 30 years, at least. So it's going to be every win will be a grind, and I wouldn't be surprised if the winner of the AL East only wins it by 1 to 3 games. No one, I don't think anyone will run away with the division.
Oh man. Osar says
Right side.
Grisham couldn't figure out his ass from a hole in the ground. Man.
I mean, I'm not a Grisham hater. I'm not gonna lie. He was
Well,
probably my favorite player in the regular season because I probably can count on two hands how many games he saved with like clutch homers.
all
But I don't want him leading off. That's
we have to remember one thing: Grisham is a 1 year player. He's not 7 years like Aaron Hicks.
yeah.
So
I,
after this year, it's very likely that in 12 months from now, none of us, I have to show, none of
Oh
us
yeah.
will be talking about Grisham.
yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, I don't think the signing was as awful as people are making. It's like we didn't sign Joey Gallo or Aaron Hicks again. Like
The one thing I will mention, it wasn't a signing; it was an accepting of a qualifying offer. So that's it's a difference when they say everybody said the Yankees signed him. They didn't sign him. It was an offer he accepted. So and it was 1 year.
yeah.
Everybody's pulling their hair out for a 1 year contract.
Yeah, I don't think it's the
Well,
only thing I don't like about the 1 year contract is he's blocking a prospect. That's all.
Yeah.
I don't
exactly.
really care
Yeah.
about the money, honestly. The money can, for all I care, it doesn't matter to me. Hal's the one paying the luxury tax, not me. Well, actually, I am too. Cause
Yeah. You don't block two prospects like Jadon and Jones with a guy like Grisham. And it's like it's crazy because Grisham is comfortable with playing a role off the bench. Like he did it for most of his career, other than like he did it for his first year here at the Yankees. And I fully believe that if the Yankees just were gutsy and made the call to like make make center field a rotation of whoever is hot, Grisham would be fine with taking actual back seat. Like he's a pro. I will say like you could tell that he goes about his business every day, ready for the opportunity. But there's a talent cap that he doesn't have, and what Wilkins said is perfect. Like you don't block two. Like I don't mind Judge and Belly blocking Jones and Jadon, but Grisham is like, come on. And Jonathan, you brought up a good point. I think that this is what I'm really excited for. If the Yankees can handedly like win the AL East, not necessarily by a ton of games, but in how they're beating their opponents in the East. I think they can go on to win like the actual World Series because I think we have the most competitive division in the whole entire sport because there's only one team that's going to be like not playing for anything. Every team has stars and motivation to like scrap out wins. So I think if the Yankees can go on and really like dominate the division, I think
There's
they can go on and win something.
Yeah. I mean, the division is tough, but every season some teams don't live up to expectations, and some teams surprise people. So, I mean, we'll see. But as the rosters are constructed, if you looked on paper, yeah, the AL East is a beast. I was gonna call it the beast in the East or whatever it's called. And it's crazy because we tend to think that the NL West is the best division. A lot of people think that, but it really,
not
I don't
anymore.
even think it's close to the AL East. Not even close. And even the Rays, right? Even the Rays are a tough team. They're a sneaky team that they know how to. I don't think they're gonna make it to the playoffs, obviously, but they know how to be a freaking a thorn in the Yankee side or any team side. Like they scrap wins together. So
Yeah, the Rays are annoying, that's for sure. But do people actually think the Red Sox got much better this year? I actually don't think they got better. I think they got worse losing Devers and Bregman, personally. Like, a lot worse.
I mean, they got better when they lost Devers. When they didn't lose him, they traded him away. They actually got better because they were horrible before they traded him. Um,
Maybe statistically wise, but
yeah, obviously, no, he's a great player. He's one of the top player in the league. But for whatever reason, it wasn't working out. I think that they are a little bit better. I
yeah,
do this year. Are they that much better? Probably not. Because when you think about it, who they really lost, Alex Bregman. That's a big player. But I'm talking, and when I say better, I mean like the team that finished the season, right? Not the team that started the season or the middle. The team that finished the season. They're getting Roman Anthony back, who's projected to be. He's projected to be top 10 players in the league, right? Obviously, he got to live up to it. But everything I've seen with this kid, he's a beast. Like he's dangerous. He killed us last time. He had what was it, a 3-run bomb to off of Rodon, I believe it was. I don't know. He's good. So we got to
I'm
deal with
I'm
that.
not gonna lie. When he got injured, I knew we were winning the wild card, and we barely won the wild card.
Mm.
When he wasn't part of the wild card, I'm like, oh, we won. Thank you. I never wish injuries on any player. I like beating teams at their best, but the Yankee fan in me, not gonna lie, Roman Anthony would have ended our postseason run early.
Yeah. Kevin, you were saying something. We can't hear you, man. You muted. Oh, I got you muted. Hold on. My bad. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I know. No, I be talking, but I just don't like to keep myself unmuted while folks are talking. But what you said, he hit that bomb off of Yeri, and
Oh,
I
it's
don't
Yuri?
watch
Okay.
enough Sox or who Yeri also I think needs to make the team. I've seen more good bullpen appearances from him than bad ones, but to Roman Anthony, I don't watch enough to see him being a top 10 outfielder or player, but from around the league, it sounds like he is like the real deal. Um, I'm a relatively new Yankee fan, but the hate for the Sox just came natural. Like, so it's really hard for me to say anything
Hmm.
nice about him. Like just on the East itself, I really think if we can like beat teams either our traditional way with the long ball, but if we can scrap out wins, like I said, I think we'll be going into the postseason really in a good position if we can show that we can handle the AL East really, really well.
Yeah.
We just gotta get lucky with the long ball. And I think
Uh,
last year we had too many cold players. Like, honestly, I know people say long ball don't win you games, but wasn't that literally the entire Dodgers offense? It was just home run after home run. The reason why the Dodgers won is because their pitching wasn't. Pardon my, I won't go French, but they weren't bad. Let's just say, like, Max Fried was not very good.
Max
Rodon,
Fried.
I call him
Like,
mini
I know
Fried, man.
it's
He's
Max Fried, Ash Chisholm.
nasty.
Like,
Max Fried he is not a good postseason pitcher. Like I do not trust him. To me, he's a number 5
I wouldn't say that, man.
in the postseason.
I also remember
You muted, man. Kelvin.
Fried had an injury during the season, so I also think that they didn't give him enough time after that injury to recover, and therefore he suffered for it.
Oh, I was just talking about his career in the postseason.
I
He has a 5
know,
ERA.
but I'm thinking about last year as well.
Yeah,
On the
his numbers aren't bad. But I would say this, right? He was a godsend though, because without him, we don't make it to the postseason.
Oh
last
yeah,
year.
I'm not blaming like as the pickup from Cashman. I think at first I didn't like him because it's like, oh, we got another guy who can't pitch in the postseason. We already have Rodon, but his regular season performance is too good. Like I would be really dumb to say he's not a good player. So
I want to. Zoe says Stan has been blocking everyone for years now. You got to stop acting like it just started happening. Can't blame Grisham for taking. Excuse me, for taking something that I don't know, and he's better than how everyone is portraying him.
that's actually a good topic.
Oh, for taking the money, yeah.
About Stanton, that's a good one. He is blocking quite a lot.
Well, let's just say when you're making $8 million and someone offers you $22 million, you're telling me you're not taking that? $5 million, $22 million, you're not taking that? Are you rejecting $17 million?
Yeah, that's you literally got you 5x your salary right there, almost 5x.
It was just over 3x.
Yeah, but I would say that
4x.
Yeah. So I mean, look, whether we like it or not, right? We know that there's an issue with Stan. I think personally that they need to just put him on the Phantom IL and just bring him later. Because he, Stan does, like we seen when he's healthy, he's feeling good. Even last year, he didn't have a bad 2025, guys. He really didn't.
He had a 944 ops when he came back. He's also that.
Yeah.
And then what? I remember people kept telling me we're like, oh, he's not a good pinch hitter. Like his stats when he pinch hit, and then the next 2 pinch hits, he got 2 home runs that saved our games. So this is great 2025.
Pretty much half a season here. Look at these numbers. OPS 944 on base percentage 350. The problem with Stan is that he only has so much in the tank without getting hurt, and that's why I say the Yankees, more than anyone, I've said it a long time, more than anyone ever, they need to practice load management with him. Like, it sucks. I know that's probably not what Stanton wants to hear because he's trying to get to 500 home runs, but this is somebody that we need towards the end of the season, right? Or if somebody goes down, then we bring him back early or whatever it is. But we need him to be him at the end of the season, right? I think last year they brought him back too early. He came right around the All-Star break. He came back and he performed really well, but then he ran out of gas towards the end. So he's a guy that I think that he still has value, but he's only got a couple months of good baseball in him per season.
To be fair,
I think it's capped.
No, you can go.
The stat, I think it's capped like 200 at bats, and if you sort of make it to where that 200 includes the month of October, you'll be golden. You'll be golden because he needs probably like the first 30 to heat up, and then like the rest of it, pitchers are just sort of like at his will. But after the 200 mark, he sort of takes that dive off the cliff.
Yeah, Derek says that's what I just said. Stan's not going to want to hear that.
Oh my God!
Right, but for the sake of the team, that's probably what's best for the team. But you're right though. He's chasing 500, and he got probably a season and a half because we don't know what's going to happen next year. So he's got a very short window to get there. But he also says that he wants a ring. So which one is it?
But why would he tell people he can't open a bag of chips though? Isn't that doesn't help his case? That's why I was a little confused.
I think he was exaggerating. I think he meant like he feels it when he opens a bag of chips.
Yeah, no, I
I
know
don't
what he
know.
means. Like obviously he can like that would be ridiculous, but like he's already giving himself in the bad light that he's not ready, but he's still wanting to play a full season. Shouldn't he just not even say anything in that case?
All right, Jonathan, you got to take off soon too, right?
Yeah, I'm coming from the airport, remember? So I
Yeah.
was on a plane today.
So you're a little jet lagged. So you want to give your
Jet lag,
final
I'm
remarks?
tired. I'm. How does anybody feel when they're coming off a plane?
I don't
Anyway,
know. I
thank
feel
you.
relieved.
Yeah, well, relieved and tired. Yes.
Mm.
Well, thank you for another good open mic, and hopefully next time I'll be more awake.
Definitely, man. I appreciate you, Jonathan. Take care.
I'm like Jazz in the okay, I'm
Mm.
kidding. See it.
Yeah, man. So now y'all calling Stanton Chips? Nah, that's a
That's a
whack
good
nickname.
Eat all that and a bag of chips.
I do like that. I feel like there's gonna be lots of like memes whenever he hits a home run.
We're gonna call him Lays.
So we got Stanton in 2018, and the injuries, were they all just like soft tissue? Was it just him literally just getting hurt from like over exertion from running, or was it because baseball's not a contact sport? I'm trying to figure out how his body is so bad, and he's like, yeah,
Yeah,
he's old for sports, but he's not an old man.
yeah.
Was it
I actually
just
don't know the timeline on that.
I think it started. It's always been like a lower extremity issue, right? And then some people just have it like that. I pulled my hamstring a long time ago when I was in the army, and it's never been the same. So even if I run now, like I get to a certain speed that I know if I push it, I'm tearing another hamstring. So it's one of those things. But now we're dealing with a whole nother monster, right? These elbow issues that won't go away. Look, I've never had tennis elbow, but I had a coworker who had it, and it took a while for him to start feeling better. But eventually, he got better. Stan, it feels like he's been dealing with this for 2 years now. So,
He's been
uh,
declining surgery too, right? I do believe that.
and that's it.
oh wow,
Yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't want the surgery because that would make him miss, probably quite a bit.
yeah,
I don't know if it's a
'cause-
combination of wanting to do something in the postseason, but then I feel like you could just schedule that so that you're ready for the postseason
yeah,
if you need the entire like 9 months to recover, however long it takes. But
yeah.
unfortunately, like Healing did say that it's kind of moot discussing Stanton because they're not going to take him out. You can't do that. Although he is blocking quite a lot. He's blocking DH, so he's blocking Jason Dominguez. He's blocking Judge if he needs to rest. He's blocking the fact that we do need a contact hitter, in my opinion.
Yeah, but
We
I
just have
think
to hope. We basically just have to hope that Stanton hits.
he blocks a lot. I hear what you're saying. I see you, Eli, in the chat. But he also is a lot that we need, right? In
He's
terms
both.
of a right-handed power bat, right? Aside from Judge, you take him out the lineup. Who else you gonna throw in there, right? You know,
Cabby. Now let me stop.
Cabby. They're gonna put Volpe and Cabby, and I think. Look, me
I like
personally, I get it. That Stanton, man, he is not the same dude. That he's not the same guy that he was before, right? But he still has value, and he still has a place. And I just think that he throughout the course of 162 games, right? I don't even think he could give you 100. I think you got to save him for like 60 to 90 games.
correct.
You know. And like half a season, he's a half a season guy, if that, Like Kelvin said, you got to give him a month and a half to ramp up, right? Maybe you bring him in August, ramp up all the way to, September. He'll give you a nice run during the playoff push and into
That was what he
October.
did in 2024. That's exactly what he did in
Yeah.
2024.
He's pretty
Exactly.
predictable actually with his thing. Like when he comes back from any injury, it always takes him like a month. And then like clockwork, he always destroys the month right after that. So I don't know why. Like I said, maybe he is trying to hit 500 homers. That's why he's really adamant on playing the entire season. But it's not hurting. It's not good for the team.
Does he
Yeah,
still get into Cooperstown if he just wins the ring and has like close to 500?
I don't think so.
No,
No.
he
Okay.
just gets the ring, which is I'll take the ring.
Yeah.
But
I feel bad for Li, man. He's just going off on chips in the in the chat,
I
man.
know
I feel
Li
you.
does not like
It's
Stanton.
just it's moot, man. It's like a thorn in the side that it's not going anywhere, man. I mean,
If
Big
you
G, I'll give him his props. In 2024, he did pretty much carry the team. I mean, that's what made it sad that we didn't go all the way, but he put the team on his back with some of those
Literally.
home runs he hit.
JDS says cutting Stanton will be the dumbest thing ever. But you got
oh
to
now,
elaborate a little bit, man.
well now it would because he's being paid what 15 million and then like even less next year because the Marlins are paying some of that.
Yeah,
He,
but even besides that, because to me a roster spot is worth
that's
a
true. That is
roster spot is worth more than that. Right now, just a spot alone, to have somebody there that's productive. I still think that Stanton's productive. He proved it last year.
yeah.
I
We
just
just
don't think that he can give you the longevity. He can't.
Yeah.
His body can't handle 162 no more, and that's okay, right? We need Big G to be Big G in September and October. That's all I need him for.
true. I mean, there's plenty
Exactly.
of really good bench bats. I don't or just like part-time bats. I don't know why Stanton seems. I mean, I know why. We've already discussed probably the 500, but
Yeah.
I want a ring, man.
Derek G says, I have a problem with Grisham still batting leadoff.
I think
You
all of
wanna?
But yeah, get used to that. He's your leadoff hitter.
we got booed.
Telling you
It
right
won't
now.
matter.
Yeah, I have a problem with it too, man. And I've been
Hey,
saying
Jason,
this.
is it possible?
Is it possible for what? What
Oh
happened,
yeah, yeah.
Kelvin?
I was gonna say, yeah, his slash line. I was gonna ask if you could pull up his slash line at leadoff, versus his
Okay.
slash line at literally any other spot. It shows that he does so much better at
Yeah,
every other position than the one hole. And it's the craziest thing to me because Yanks say that they live and die by the numbers. And what world is having this guy lead off on your calculations in your spreadsheet seen as a right thing?
that is true. I think I remember seeing a stat where he was doing better in the sixth spot.
Exactly. It was like the
I
fifth
think it
hole.
was
He
that one
was
game where he hit the grand slam. Honestly, hit a lot of grand slams, but that one game I think it
yeah,
was against the Braves that we were getting destroyed,
but
and he did so well in the sixth spot many times. But I never had the
because
numbers to prove it. But the eye test shows that I don't think he does well in the leadoff.
Yeah, he doesn't.
it
It's
makes
crazy.
sense to
So,
me.
Yeah, so
man.
they love to say that they're on or they're super analytical or with the numbers, but yeah, that part doesn't make sense.
In his career,
Yeah,
right? I can't pull it up there, but in his career, he's got 241 games as leadoff. OPS 741, on base percentage 320. Maybe that's what they see, with an average of 241 for his career. I'm looking for last year right now. Where's Fangraphs? I think I could add that too. That's a good one to add those splits.
I feel like Caballero would be better at leadoff because I feel like he walks enough. His average is good, and if you get him at leadoff and he's on the base, do you know how annoying that would be for pitchers having to
huge.
throw him out, trying to steal?
Yeah, and
Like
and
originally,
leading
I
and
thought Jazz should have been it, but the thing is, Jazz doesn't like going for singles. So at that
yeah,
point, at least get Caballero in there because he can get singles. Well,
Yeah,
actually,
that
Excuse
would,
my
and
language, Woken. Yeah,
yeah,
Cabby should be leadoff, hands down, if Boone knew what he was doing.
if he
I just
like,
don't
yeah,
see the Grish obsession. I mean, it's an obsession at this point. I really think it is.
I think he just
yeah,
That's
wants.
my guy.
I think he wants to be proven right. Just we just see if I just keep mashing my head against this wall and then I win.
And you're right too,
and
Welkin, about Jazz. If he had his head on straight, and he actually did the 70% swing or whatever, just hit contact, he'd be an
He's
excellent
doing that,
leadoff
man.
He
hitter.
would be our best leadoff, and it wouldn't
Yeah.
even be close. He'd be better than Caballero at leadoff because he clearly sees the ball nicely, and when he doesn't want to swing for home runs only, his on base percentage goes up. I can tell just by the. I guess I don't have the stats for that, but that
For
Boston series,
Caballero,
the gauntlet. Remember that gauntlet
Mhm.
we were playing the Tigers and everything? He never
Remember.
swung for home runs during that gauntlet, and he murdered the Red Sox.
so this is Trent Grisham as leadoff,
Right.
batting first in the order. We'll put this away. All right, in 2019, you see the stats. 32. I mean, I guess the thing we're looking at is last year,
Yeah.
2025. 342 at bats in the leadoff spot. So he played quite a lot at leadoff. His average is 202.
That's
Not
disgusting.
great. Had 23 home runs though.
Yeah, but what's his on base? Let me. Is there an
It's
on
right
base?
here. So yeah, it's on the next in the advanced stats. 325.
That's not
Not
good enough.
terrible.
But that's not good enough with 202 average.
I mean, but who else
Yeah.
has a better base percentage than him there?
So Cappy leading in stolen bases for the last 2 years
Yeah.
implies that he gets on base. That's my whole
No,
thing
yeah.
is that they're
Yeah.
He should be. I
They're-
agree with you, man.
Yeah. Caballero has a 340 on base overall. So I don't see why he
Yeah.
wouldn't be able to lead off.
The thing is that
and it moves Judge down a spot.
that makes too much sense though. That's the problem, man.
Yeah, that's the problem. It makes too much sense. So Boone wants to be like really smart. So he wants to like finagle with all the be like,
Mhm.
no, let's just do it. It's funny because it
Yeah.
kind of works for the Dodgers. They just let Ohtani lead off, and Ohtani just kind of wants to hit home runs. I've always questioned why they do that, but it worked for them, so whatever.
You know why they do it? I'm gonna tell you right now.
Is it
Because
literally just to get him more at bats?
because when you're batting leadoff, right, it's statistically proven that at leadoff you're gonna get maybe 100 more at bats than a guy batting fourth or fifth. So there's a math there, and it's like they want Ohtani to get as many as bats as humanly possible. So that's why they have him at leadoff.
That's true.
And
And
maybe
also
the Yankees put Judge at
Walker
leadoff.
a double. Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead, man.
Did they do that once?
Judge leadoff? I don't.
No,
They've done Volpe leadoff. That was
Okay.
funny.
nah, it was terrible. Bad experiment. I think Caballero, if Caballero could play well and have an on base percentage of 3 something, like he did last year,
Yeah, like
then
I
yeah,
think,
put him at leadoff.
and I think his stats look worse, just because his stats as a Rays isn't that good. And then literally the year that he went to the Yankees, what was his average, like 260 or 270? He had a monster year with the Yankees.
Yeah.
And so far it's extending all the way to spring training. So like I don't like to use spring training as like, oh, if you're good in spring training, you're good, because Volpe was good in spring training. Look what happened to him. But if you were good the entire Yankees since the trade deadline and you're still good now, he's probably the best ABS. Like I'm giving him full reign of the ABS for now. I just say lead him off and let him steal bases, make the pitchers make mistakes. Like you go from first, and then he tries to pick off Caballero, who almost never gets picked off, and then he gets a free stolen base. Oh my god!
Sarge, man. This is just a random thing. Sarge, man, he brought back an old memory. In the Army, they always say 3 points of contact. 3 points of contact. And he says the Jazz doesn't have his head on straight. His head is firmly jammed up his 4th point of contact. I don't know what that is.
And honestly, I was willing to give Jazz like the benefit of the doubt. I've been saying since last stream, new season, right? Let's just reset our emotions. But then ever since then, Jazz is like saying, no, I'm worth 35 mil. I want to join the Ohtani club. Like, can we join the 70% club, dude? So you can join the world. Like, you can join the Ohtani club when you have a ring. Forget the 50 homers. Like, no one cares about your 50-50 if you're like, no one remembers Mr. Springs. They'll remember the Novembers. And fortunately or unfortunately, if you're a Ohtani fan, he earned his ring last year. what was it, 9 at bats.
Yeah,
He
he
got
did.
on 9 on bases.
Stephen B wants me to bring Dominguez stats at leadoff. The reason why I won't, because he literally only was leadoff maybe 2-3 games.
Yeah,
It's not enough.
he wasn't lead off very often.
Yeah. And then when he did good, it's funny because they put him as leadoff right last year, and he did excellent. And then they put him on the bench the next game immediately.
That whole summer pissed me off. He was like good at the leadoff, and then they're like, you know what, let's let him play at 9th. I was like, oh my god. I got so angry, and I'm not even like the biggest J-Dom fan because honestly, anytime he plays left field, I cringe.
Yeah.
And a pop up, I'm like,
and that's the
please.
problem, man. Look, you know what, Welkin, that is the problem. I got a lot of hate last year for that because I noticed it immediately. I noticed it immediately, and I said, look, man, I love Jason Dominguez, but he is a liability out there. You can't deny that he is a super liability out there. And people are like, well, how do you expect him to get better? And I was like, I don't care. Go practice when it's not the game. But right now, we're at the point this was like in July when we had lost the first place spot to the Blue Jays. I'm like, we don't have time to be experimenting right now. Yeah. We're in a freaking division race, and he's a liability out there. And I don't know. And it doesn't seem, I hope he's improved, but I don't know if he's improved enough yet. I haven't seen enough for him out there left yet this spring.
I mean, for me, it's like, I don't even understand the argument. Like, how do you expect him to improve? You're a major leaguer. You should be able to catch rocks. It's just a fly ball. And then his IQ, it's not even just being able to defend. His IQ is low. Like, he throws to third base so that the guy from first advances to second. That's not, oh, you need at-bats to know. That's just IQ.
Yeah.
I'm not sold on his defense at all.
Yeah, but Welkin, you ever played baseball, man?
No, I have not. So
it is not as easy as it looks, man.
It's not, really, but when you're a major leaguer, you
even as a major leaguer, man, even as a big leaguer, it's not. Look at a guy like Juan Soto, who's great, right behind in the box, but his defense is. It's not as easy. It really isn't, man. The outfield is so tough.
Yeah, I'll take his defense though. Juan Soto's defense, he was basically a safety cone. I called Juan Soto a safety cone at right field. He was just there to corral the ball and then throw it back to first base or second base. But Jason Dominguez, I actually thought he was worse than a safety cone last year. I did not want him getting the ball at all. I wanted Grisham to take every single pop-up from him so that he would be able to cut off people.
This said, just checking your airborne cards. I'm not airborne, so Sarge, I'm not airborne, but I got my cab though. That's some Army talk, man. My bad, guys.
That's all right. It's just, I think, like, I'm not saying, oh, like, everyone should be able to catch fly balls. Things happen, like Judge missing that ball in the World Series. I forgive mistakes like those. That happens.
Yeah, but I think with Dominguez, it's not that he can't catch the ball, and it's his routes are.
Yeah, his routes just confuse me.
His routes are not good. And it could be he's just misreading the ball, misjudgment. Man, when they hit that ball 100 miles an hour, it does some things, man, in the air. It's tough, man. I never liked playing the outfield because it is tough. It really is. You think the ball is right there, and all of a sudden it's over your head.
Yeah, I'm not saying I'm better than Jason. I'm trash, but the thing is, I'm also not playing for the New York Yankees. So I just feel like I would feel better literally for anyone else to play the left field than Jason Dominguez. Yeah, but his hitting, I'm not gonna lie, his hitting is good when he doesn't switch hit. It's just his defense is gonna kill me one day.
I think that's another narrative with Jason Dominguez. Like, but he's out of position, and I could be wrong, right? But I don't think so. I think it's a lot harder to play center field than left field, right? Obviously, the ball is different, right? Because especially the corners, man, because the ball slices a lot, depending if it's a lefty or righty. But center field, man, you got a lot of ground to cover. It's a lot more to do, and you can't be making mental mistakes because you're involved in every play in the outfield. And like Welkin said, it's not only the routes and stuff like that. Sometimes he has mental lapses, like, where to throw the ball
Yeah,
after fielding the ball, stuff like that. So
yeah.
Yep.
It's not even that like he's a bad defender. Like you said, the no, he is a bad defender, but it's not just, yeah, like you said, the routes. It's like center fielder has so many plays he has to make, and do you really want Jason Dominguez making as many plays as possible? I
yeah.
don't think. I think there's a stat. He's never left his feet to
I was
catch
just
the
about to say
ball.
that.
So he's never dove for a ball. So he's not knowing that stat. He's not confident in his ability to like catch a ball. He's just gonna get after it and potentially let it play. He's letting the ball play him rather than him playing the ball. So that can get problems as a center fielder. So I don't actually trust him, even though everyone says he grew up as a center fielder in the minor leagues. Like notice
That's
how
what they've been telling.
the Yankees didn't even
They've
say
been
he's good at it.
they've been telling him to rather than like take your prep step and like go for the ball immediately when it's hit, let your athleticism sort of get you to the ball, because he would make like the wrong read, step in when it's like gonna be on top of him. So they've been telling him, I heard at least, that they want him to first get a read on the ball and just use his God given talent to just track it down. And I think in one of like the first game, that's exactly how he caught a hard hit ball to left field. He just ran through it like a running back, and it's crazy because he has all of the tools to be a stellar defender out there.
Yeah, he's
But
fast.
it's
Yeah.
clear that yeah,
You know
it's
me,
clear
man.
that there's
When I played and what I tell my son sometimes, because it had, man, when you play outfield, you think that ball is there, and all of a sudden it's sailing above your head, right? My first instinct, my first reaction is always kind of back. That's always my first instinct. That's how I started being okay in the outfield, because instead of running forward and then realizing it's flying over my head and I got to run
Oh yeah.
backwards, I'd rather just look at pause, even if you got to pause a little bit, gear up to go backwards, and that way you keep the ball in front of you if you can, and
Yeah.
if it falls in front of you, at least it's in front of you. But at least once it's behind you, that's when problems happen.
I think
So
that's what most outfielders do. Like that's why sometimes you see, outfielders, they just let the ball drop in front of them. And sometimes I've been trying to get better on that, like cuz I never played ball before. I'm like, "Oh, why'd you let it drop in front of you? You're so bad." But it's better letting it drop in front of you than it sailing over your head cuz you miscalculated it.
no, but I'm not saying let it drop in front of you either. It's like you
Yeah,
have a
yeah, no,
split
as in, like,
second.
it's better that way
You
though.
you have a split second to get a read off the ball, and then there's routes like Kevin was saying, like you guys were saying that sometimes he has the read on the ball, but the angle he takes to the ball is just bad, and um he needs work out there. But I think that the real thing that's hurting Dominguez right now, if Dominguez from the right side could do what he does on the left side,
Oh
he
yeah.
would be making this roster, right?
Yeah, I
With the
don't care about
defensive flaws and everything,
yeah.
because they need right-handed bats. But the fact that he's not doing well from the right side is really the reason why he's going to be in AAA to start the season, most likely, right? So
I might be
that's what
also
it is.
kind of a hater because I don't think his base running is that good either. Like he's fast, but I think he makes mental judgment errors when he's like trying to steal. Or remember when he pinch ran for Stanton and then he got hit by a ball moving like 70 miles per hour. So he got called
Exactly,
out.
and
Zoe.
also he forgot how many outs there were against Boston.
That too, yeah. I just feel like Dominguez, it's not just that he doesn't know where to throw the ball. That's just one IQ. That's defensive IQ. I can deal with that, but I don't want to. I feel like I'm just making fun of him, but I
Man,
just feel
yeah,
like
you just bashing, man.
he's
Welcome.
not.
You're so negative. Who are you positive on, please?
Oh,
Who?
I'm positive on the entire farm system. I'm not gonna lie.
So nobody in the major league roster.
Judge, after he hit that foul homer, I'm fully back on Judge. I was kind of being a hater because he didn't do anything in the postseason. After that full homer, I'm back on him. Cole, I like, obviously. I'm not a Will Warren hater. I know a lot of people didn't like Will Warren. I thought he did great.
What about Rice?
Rice, I believe in him, but I also acknowledge his faults. He has an issue with breaking balls and lefties.
Oh yeah, I think he's going to
Yeah.
get ate up this year with breaking balls. I think he's going to
The
slump.
those low and in breaking balls, he swings right over them.
Yeah, I
You
think
know,
Yep.
maybe he did good because people didn't realize he's that bad against breaking balls. I think people are gonna spam breaking balls on him now, and then yeah, he might slump.
but I don't think he's. But I do also believe that he's capable of making the adjustment. So if they spam breaking balls, he's gonna start hitting them. It's when they mixing it up with the fastballs because they'll give him a fastball that he really can't do damage with. It's the timing. It's a timing thing with him. So when he's swinging over it, it's because he's way out in front of those low breaking balls, low and in breaking balls.
Yeah,
So
like
I think he needs to I don't know, man. Sometimes as some hitters are guess hitters, right? Maybe he needs to just stay on one pitch, even if you don't get it and you strike out on a breaking ball. Because a lot of the breaking balls that he's swinging and missing are not even strikes. You know, he's just
Mhm.
swinging right over them.
They're like dirt balls. I've
Yeah, so
seen.
just hunt fastballs. I would tell him just hunt fastballs or keep a zone. Like if the ball's not in this area, I'm not swinging.
To be fair, I
Uh,
did see that one at bat where he went down in 3 pitches. I think it was two. It was like two breaking balls in a row and then a fastball, and he just
mhm,
didn't even swing at. I'm like, all right, well, that's not promising. But like again, I believe, yeah. So like going back to like who I believe in, I believe in Ben Rice. I just like I'm not one of those people that are like a fanatic. I have a Twitter handle that's Ben Rice lover 269 or something. I
Ben
just think
Rice.
he has a good future. He's just not going to be Judge 2.0. Same with Spencer Jones.
I think he can.
Oh, you can. Okay. Well, I
Because
know.
like I think like the storyline is paying itself. Like the story is writing itself for Spencer at
Mhm.
least, especially with the age thing. And I know that we passed this topic on, but I honestly don't understand having sluggers in front of Judge for your because it worked with Soto because that's Soto, but
Yeah, he's more than
the
a
the
slugger, though.
the pitcher, yeah, he is. He's contact and slug, but
Yeah.
if a pitcher walks or gives up a hit to Cabby or Jazz or J Dom at the one, he's throwing nothing but fastballs to the two, and then he's scared for his life if both of them get on, because you have to face Judge, and Judge with a double in the gap or a home run or even just a hard hit ball in general scores somebody. Like I really don't understand it, but from what y'all said, it makes too much sense.
Yeah, I mean,
It makes
I
sense
haven't
think
been
about it.
following. I haven't been following Yankee baseball this in depth for a while. So yeah, like me,
Me
like
too.
last year when I really watched all 162 games nonstop.
Me too.
And I've been
Me too.
trying to like decipher every day there's a lineup, and I'm like, all right, so why is Boone doing this? And it hurts my head every time I try to think. So I've been trying
Yeah,
my best not to think
Yeah.
yeah,
about.
because it doesn't make there's no logic behind it. Like
Yeah,
when you really think about it, it's like what? I
yeah.
think
Like when Grisham hits well in the sixth lineup, it's like he mashed against the Braves that one game. Like, oh yeah, that solidifies Grisham to bat sixth, right? And then the next 10 games, he's batting leadoff and going 0 for 4. And I'm like,
he
all
did
right.
hit that grand slam. That was a big grand slam, though, man. And we
That,
needed wins. We needed wins. This was after the All Star break.
no, that's why
Um,
I said Grisham was my favorite player to watch in the regular season. I still don't. I still didn't want them to sign him, but like he made the regular season for me because he hit so many clutch homers. But I just don't think he should have let off because those grand slams, a lot of them were in the sixth spot or in the seventh spot. And
yeah,
That's what
so,
he's not a leadoff hitter.
and I just
Yeah,
can't understand the logic.
Grish should be good 6 to 9, somewhere in that way
Yeah,
in the lineup. He's not
mhm.
top of the order guy.
he'd be
So
perfect. He'd be literally perfect because the bottom of our lineup is a ton of guys that just whiff. I will say one thing is Grisham knows like the strike zone. The only thing is once pitchers understand that he's not going to swing at balls, they actually test him, and he is not skilled enough to hit those strikes. So having him at like a lower
Appreciate you.
role would make it like so easier on the team and make our bottom lineup actually deadly. But like you said, Wilkin, it makes sense when you don't think about it with this team and with the management. Like I started watching Summer 2024 when I realized that your favorite team in baseball plays every day, and I was bored for the whole summer. I
Mhm.
got wrapped up in the fool's gold, and as soon as I saw Boone bring in Nestor, game one, I was like, oh my gosh, what have I signed up
Oh my
for?
god,
And
don't even get me started. That was actually the game that my mom decided she's never watching baseball again because she has issues with like just heart issues, and she said I'm never watching baseball for the Yankees. I'm like I'll only let my mom know if they win or lose because she can't
yo, man,
handle that boot. Even my mom, and she didn't even watch baseball that much. She knew why did we bring this dude out of the IL to pitch,
Yeah,
and Tim
he's
Hill,
not even a relief pitcher.
yeah,
He's
and
not even a relief pitcher.
it's
and
not even that.
Hill,
He was.
what
They were
about
literally contemplating whether he should just have surgery instead of because he needed surgery, and you're gonna bring him out.
yeah, I was like,
His arm is literally a pool noodle. And yeah, that was there's a bunch of that 2024 World Series. There was a bunch of questionable stuff.
that's when I became a full-on Boone hater. Like I know people
Yeah,
are like really negative on Boone, and sometimes it's not his fault. Like you can't blame Boone for the talent that Cashman constructed. Like it's not Boone's fault that we basically have zero righties. But Boone, he makes so many bullpen decisions that make you go crazy, and the lineups too. That
Yeah,
I can't defend him in good conscience.
yeah.
yeah. So and I was let me ask you guys one more thing, and then we'll start wrapping it up.
Yep.
Do you think Um, you think that the Boone and Cashman on the hot seat? Do you think that if they don't win some or at least make it to the World Series, do you think that they're
Yeah,
actually gonna move these guys?
Oh,
praying for it.
That's what you're praying for.
Yeah, I'm praying for it because, like I said, I've been hooked since I've been a fan, and like the more lore that I hear, it's stuff that's like unbecoming of the greatest franchise in American and even world sports. Like
Hmm.
apparently, we've never offered an extension to a coach that hasn't won a World Series in 5 years. This guy has one pennant in 8 or 9 years, and he's treated like he's a part of the family. Cashman, I sort of get. He was there back with the core four, but and there's also reports that Hal is sort of just now becoming more aggressive about winning. Like Scott Boras was like for the first time I saw in
Yeah,
Hal's eyes that he was like adamant about doing whatever it takes to win. Like it's not a luckily it's not too late, but it's like, bro, as soon as you acquired the asset of the Yankees, it was supposed to be all in every single season because you're gonna make that money back. Now it's just about doing what it takes to win. But to answer your actual questions before I go off, I really think and I'm praying that if this team doesn't make it to the World Series, um, full stop, the whole front office is gone besides the owner. Yeah.
yeah. I want to answer this. NFE says, "Who replaces Boone though?" Ask that. But I can answer that question. It doesn't matter who
yeah,
replaces him.
I
It
think
doesn't
that
matter. We need change for change's sake, because what we're doing it ain't working. So
it's like
that's what I say. But there's a bunch of people. My bad. Work. Let me finish my thought. There's a lot of qualified people out there. Even within the organization, probably. But it doesn't really matter if you want a specific name. I really don't care, man. They could pull the popcorn guy from the stands to come out. We just need a. If he doesn't do it this year, I think a change is needed just for change's sake. And I want to say one thing to Kelvin. Boone, I don't know if you know this, but Boone is the longest tenured Yankee manager without a World Series ring. So,
Yeah,
sounds
like
about
that's
let that
insane.
sink in.
I could see if he was making it deep in the playoffs and getting pennants and everything, but Boone's tenure it starts and it ends with nothing but embarrassing World Series and playoff and regular season losses. Like I said, I started watching Summer 24. I think it was right after the All-Star break around like June or July or something like that. And I've witnessed at least five like meltdowns, at least five just games where it's like, what is going on? It makes you not even want to watch the whole sport. And this is all under Boone. And that's how it is with teams. Like it's normal for even if it's the coach's fault or not, the coaches gotta go. So it's
Yeah.
just like
And
give us somebody.
Mhm. That's like me telling the like let's say I own a McDonald's that's not doing good. And like, oh, well, I can't fire the manager because Wilson. It don't matter. We can
Yeah,
put a put a freaking post it on Indeed for all I care. Just get somebody else, man. Just
it's
get
like
somebody else.
what I don't understand is how Hal isn't like seeing this. It's just like I feel like as someone who's spending 300 million a year, you'd be mad that you have nothing to show for it. I feel I feel like if I hired somebody and they got nothing to show for it, I mean,
I think
anyone
I
who's been
think
a
Hal
leader,
sees it though.
yeah,
See, here's the thing, right?
anyone who's
I'm gonna
been a
turn out.
leader, sorry,
It's not that Hal doesn't see it, right? It's that Hal doesn't like eating money, right? That's
Mhm.
it. So he made it to the World Series. They gave him the contract extension. That's where he messed up. So he probably regrets it, but he's gonna let that contract play out because he's just not gonna throw money away. He's not gonna pay somebody to be at home. He doesn't. The Yankees don't like doing that. Hal doesn't like doing that.
But yeah, I mean,
horrible contract.
I'm just like saying for in general, like when he to answer the question who would replace him, it's just like if anyone who's been like a leader of anything, like just leader like of any program or anything,
God,
it doesn't matter if it's your fault or someone else's fault. If you got coworkers arguing and you're the manager, it's still your fault if the whole thing goes up in
exactly.
flames.
Yeah,
You got to take
yeah,
responsibility. And to have a 9-year tenure of that, and we basically made one World Series. And look, it's different if we just got outplayed by the Dodgers in that game one and it wasn't Boone's fault. We just melted down. He threw in Nestor Cortez. That should have been already a considered malpractice.
yeah.
Fireable.
But I want to
Yeah.
answer Derek G. I get it. He didn't have George Steinbrenner as an owner, but that's not the Yankees when they started winning the dynasty in the '90s, right? Of course, Steinbrenner, it helps when you have a boss who's gonna spend money and do all that stuff, right? But it wasn't really that because the Yankees, they had a good core and they had a great manager in Joe Torre. I think Joe Torre runs circles around Boone. If you ask me, I'm not saying Boone is a bad manager. I'm just saying that he hasn't gotten the job done, and you gotta go, right? That's just how it is. You haven't got the job done.
Yeah. Like I said,
Time to move on.
even if he didn't do that mess up in game 1 of the World Series, I'd still say he deserves to go just based on the fact that on the fact of merit. He hasn't done anything. But to me,
Yeah.
that's fireable that he basically blew away the only World Series he's been a part of. And he's been doing it the entire like regular season. Just how many games have we seen like players like Johnny Lowe come out of relief when we're up 3 runs and then
Yeah.
Johnny Lowe gives up like 4 home runs. Or not 4 home runs.
Yeah.
He walks the bases. It's like, okay, he walked the bases. You're going to take out Johnny Lowe now, right?
Hmm.
Nope. He lets Johnny Lowe give up a grand slam and then takes him out. And I'm like, bro, we were winning.
Yeah. There's a lot of stuff that happens that's questionable. Even like, with the whole Devin Williams stuff. Like he had blown so
Oh
many
my
games in a row and
Right.
they
That
just
was
like he just kept putting him out there just to show him that he believes in him.
Yeah, at
Bro,
some point, I felt bad for Devin Williams. I felt like, although I still think he's kind of the B word, but
he's a douche.
yeah, he kind of just looks like a loser. But at some point, if I bet you Devin Williams, every time he's brought up, he's probably like staring back at the dugout, like, dude, what are you doing? I don't want to be here. Let me figure it out
No.
first before throwing me out 9 games in a row that I can't throw a pitch
I
for.
wouldn't say he's a loser, man. That dude's a freaking Major League Baseball
A
player.
loser, as in like when he
He just
loses,
has a bad attitude. So
yeah,
he's a
he's kind
sore
of like
loser.
sore loser. He blames everyone else. Is what I was trying to say.
But I
But
think that Boone does that a lot. Like he makes a point, even when it's not working out, to show the player that he's got their back by keep putting them out there
Volpe.
when it's at the detriment to the team though. Like what are we doing? And Volpe, he did
yeah,
it with Ike. He's done it with so many players, with Aaron Hicks. They've done it with so many players, you know. And then they try to tell you like, look, everything's fine. Just had a bad outing. I think he You let one go get away from him right there. It's like, no, bro, this is not a one-off.
I mean,
This
he'd
is
be he'd
consistently
be a good
happening.
counselor. I'll give him that. There are jobs. There are
Mhm.
jobs available for Boone. He's pretty skilled at handling people, like people management stuff. But please, not for the New York Yankees. Like,
Healing man's hard, man. You still
Yeah.
with us? I forgot all about you, brother.
Yeah, I've just let other guys talk. I've been here.
Mm.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not the biggest Cashman fan, and I call Boone Booney Tunes, so I'm not fans of them. But I've just accepted we have a crappy owner who doesn't care about baseball. It's pretty obvious. I
yeah,
mean,
he's
he
kind of an
gaslights the fans, and he just likes martinis and his yachts. He just doesn't give a crap about the Yankees. As long as they're making him money, because it's a tourist trap. He don't care. I really think they'll probably re-sign Boone, and Cashman can have that job till he drops dead. I mean, we're screwed, to
I
be
think if
honest
we
with
make,
you.
I think if we make the postseason, they're extending Boone.
Oh
If we
yeah,
miss
That's a
Just
100%.
given, man.
if we
just
miss
the
the
postseason.
postseason, hmm?
I mean, you're saying like is it a deep run or is it just straight up like wild card? Boone is back.
I think if we get like embarrassed in the wild card, that doesn't count. But like if we make it past, if we get the bye or we beat whoever was in the wild card handedly again, like the Red Sox, that wasn't handedly, but if we beat them, I think they're still gonna give him some leeway. But if we get embarrassed, either not making the postseason or we get bounced out of the wild card, I think they're gonna look for someone else. But they're just gonna hire Boone 2.0 because Cashman
Yep.
controls who
So
they.
Just be
I
a
want
yes
to.
man.
what?
I personally wouldn't mind because I'm just sick of Boone. Just try someone else. But I don't think too much is gonna change on who they hire.
Hey, Stephen B, man, I just want to answer. Like, I saw the interview, right, with that he's talking about. He's talking about that Howe is, you know, that he's like determined to win. Look, Boris is full of shit, guys. That is Satan himself, right?
I was about to say
So
I think
don't. He
being
is
this
so
way.
conniving and deceiving, and he would lay a trap there just to be in good graces with this dude later in negotiations. Um, so you got to take it. You got to take stuff like that with a grain of salt. He is a freaking mastermind at manipulation. I'm talking about Scott Boras, the agent.
I
So
actually respect Scott Boris. I think he does what he is meant to do.
yeah.
He does it well,
So
basically.
that's what I'm saying. But I'm saying like so everything that comes out of his mouth, like I'm like, okay, it's entertaining, whatever, cool. But that's all I take it for, because this is what he does, guys. And you know, he is a freaking he's a master manipulator, right? His everything is a negotiation. Every time he opens his mouth to the public, it is calculated. He is that good. That's why all the players go to him. So, you know,
I mean,
I
yeah.
don't know.
I think that's what I was actually gonna say. I disagreed with Kelvin when he said the interview when he was determined that Hal was determined to win. That was the first time.
Look. I think
He
Hal
was the
does want
face
to
of
win,
the
right?
deal
Who
that
doesn't want to win? Hal wants to win. It's just that he don't got the right team around him. He don't know baseball like that. He probably does. I mean, he grew up around it, but you look. I saw Derek G say Hal doesn't want to spend. He's spending 335 million this year.
I
You
think,
know,
yeah, I
he's
do think
spending.
if people want to say that Hal is not spending, like we're spending. The issue is the reason why I don't like to give Hal any credit or any benefit of the doubt as much as maybe some people are is that he keeps Cashman employed.
Exactly.
And Cashman has been misspending 300 million for that long. I know we get on Boone for not doing anything for 9 years or whatever how long it's been now. Cashman's been at it for 17 years. He's been mismanaging 300 million, and I know people are like, we need a salary cap. It's just like a lot of these teams that won the World Series, they were winning it with 150 to 200 million dollar teams. It's not the money's fault that we're not winning. It's the construction of these teams is not smart.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
just misses on a lot of players. Like
Like
really, man.
300 million, and we still don't have enough righty bats.
Uh,
Like I don't understand it. It's just I think how Like, of course, Hal wants to win. I mean, who wants it? Who goes into anything spending that much money? And I just don't think something's wrong with him. Like, either he views Cashman as a friend and he doesn't want to get rid of him, or he doesn't like change. Because there are people who are also like that. They don't
Yeah.
want change. They don't want to get rid of Cashman because Cashman does get us into the postseason. But how much is that Cashman and the fact that we have people like Judge and 300 million?
Look, and I wanna say this, right? It's not like every move Cashman makes is bad. He
Oh, of
has
course
made
not.
some
No.
spectacular moves, and he's had
The
a
Cole move is good.
yeah. My thing is that I don't know. I think the Yankees kind of dug their own grave for the last couple years with some of these contracts, and it's tough to recover, right? Unless the Dodgers could recover because they can just go out and spend more money. So because
Yeah.
they have some bad deals on their side too, you
Mhm.
know. But they just spend more. They just spend more. Okay, Tanner Scott didn't work out, right? Let's get the next best thing. Let's get freaking Edwin Diaz. You know, that's how they do it. The Yankees, even though we spend a lot of money, but we can't afford to do that,
In the
right?
Dodgers defense, did they ever buy someone like Stroman? Like, I felt like that Stroman deal was obviously bad. Like,
Yeah.
Stroman for that much money? Are you kidding me? When I saw that, I had zero faith, and I was correct, unfortunately.
What
Again,
happened with
I agree
Stroman,
with
right?
the
See, here's the thing with the thing that happened with the Stroman deal is that we were so in on Yamamoto, right? Then when
Mhm.
Yamamoto went to the Dodgers, we had passed up on a bunch of people, and we desperately needed
Stupid.
an arm in the rotation, and he was available. Um, and that's how that happened.
Unfortunately, I would have been fine not signing him, in my opinion, for
Mm.
that much. I think that hurt. I think the Stroman hurt us longer because I guarantee you they use that as an excuse sometimes to not sign people in the off season. Like, oh, we have all this
Yeah.
money on the
The
payroll.
thing, I think if the Yankees knew that Luis Hill was going to be that good that year and win Rookie of the Year, they would have never signed Marcus Stroman. But they didn't. They just kind of they needed someone to eat innings, and it didn't work out. You saw he wasn't even on the playoff roster.
Well, yeah,
I
his
think he was on the. Yeah, I think he was on the ALCS roster. He didn't pitch not one pitch the whole 2024 postseason.
Hey, Jason, like, can you give the quick rundown of like the transfer of ownership from George to Hal? Because I've heard like Hal wasn't even supposed to own the actual team, right?
No, he had another son named Hank, but Hank passed away unfortunately. Hank was more like his dad. Hank he wanted to win, from what everything I heard, and yeah. So now Hal he inherited this, and I don't think Hal is terrible, right? I don't like that he cries broke and saying like, "Come on, dude, you guys are
I
Well, at
making
least he's
money."
not Artie Moreno and saying the
Yeah,
thing
at
that
least he's
Hal
not.
probably thinks
okay,
out
yeah,
loud. That was
There's
he
the
there's
said
worse
stupid
owners.
thing
Put
to
it that way.
say.
yeah, there
There's
are
plenty
definitely
worse owners.
the Nats owner, for example.
But I
Like,
think that yeah, how I don't know. I think it's the team has gotten too much like a business. It's like a machine. The Yankees are a machine, man, and it's like these people there that have so much power, like Cashman, and not only him. There's other people behind the scenes that've been there forever, and they run this thing, man. And like Welkin said, I think Hal maybe doesn't want change. He's happy, as long as Hal's a businessman more
yeah,
than anything.
he doesn't like. I actually firmly think he doesn't really like baseball. I think that's a big problem if you're trying to be the New York Yankees owner. I mean,
No, I
it's
think he
already.
does like baseball. Maybe not. He doesn't love it,
I don't
but
think so. He
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 said he grew up. His favorite player was Thurman Munson. Like he loved Thurman Munson.
he could just saying that for the. I'm pessimistic on his
I agree with
whatever.
Welkin. He doesn't care. He
Like
doesn't
like
care.
like you said with Scott Boras, he's just saying things because he's conniving. I think if we can agree that he's a businessman, he'll just say anything to make it seem like he should still remain as the owner of the New York Yankees. But I don't believe he likes baseball. I didn't say he hates it, but I just think he just views it as a money printing machine, and he knows that people will pay hand over fist to see Yankee games. And
Yeah,
again, he's not the worst owner because, like I said, they're the Nats owner. There's other. honestly, I think the Red Sox owners look dumb too. Like, if I was a Red Sox fan, I'd be tearing all my hair out because you're gonna get rid of
Mhm.
Bregman. You left Devers. I know we might. Some people might say Devers is not that good, but I don't know.
No,
I,
he's good. Devers is come on, he's great. The thing is that the issues, personality, character issues, and
I think
and
those
stuff like that, man.
those personal issues only happened because there was a conflict of issue conflict
No,
with the third
no,
baseman.
yeah, a lot of it had to do with the Red Sox, so they didn't handle it well either. So,
Yeah, but like it
but
was just funny that it ended out that way. There wasn't
but
any
he
issue until Bregman came.
no, but Welkin, but then he has started having issues with the San Francisco Giants as well.
That's true. Yeah.
So, I don't know. Sometimes, man, even with stuff like that, man, because
All
I'm
right. Then
sure
what's
that
the
even like the old Yankees, man, they look in any job, man, the people don't have to like each other. You just gotta be able to work with each other. But I want to
best?
start wrapping this thing up real quick.
Mhm.
I got a story for Kelvin, man. He's a new Yankee fan, and I could tell I'm the I probably Helaman's heart's probably older than me, but I feel like I'm older than you two do.
No,
Anyway,
Jason, me and
man,
you are about the same age, actually. I'm 42. You're what, 41?
yeah, I'm gonna be 42 soon here, so yeah, it was the same age, man.
31.
So I got a quick story for you guys, right? This Yankee fandom, right? I'm a diehard Yankee fan. I used to go to Yankee Stadium, take the train, me and my cousin, and do all this crazy stuff, right? But anyway, right? It's I believe it's 98 or 99. The Yankees win the World Series, right? Canyon of Heroes, the parade. I'll go over there, right? Me and my cousin, we never miss a parade. And we're there and we're by like the floats are starting to come. We're next to City Hall and freaking we like right leaned up against the barricade. So when they started coming, people couldn't see from behind us. So they started pushing us, pushing. It became a big crazy, and the police are pushing. So we stuck between the barricades, the police with the riot shields, and everybody pushing us from behind. Right, mind you, I'm like 15 years old, and all of a sudden, man, somebody threw a wine bottle from the back, and it hits me right because I had turned around at this point because I'm trying to tell people to stop, like stop pushing and somebody throws a wine bottle, hits me right in the head, and I instantly, man, I had a big knot. The wine bottle didn't even break, but and it was my birthday too. My birthday is October
Oh,
23rd.
man.
Damn.
So just a old Yankee fan story, man. I got hit with a bottle at the ticker tape parade. Um, yeah, but it was good though because then the cops pulled me out, right? Because they were like, oh, because I got hit hard, man. I was kind of dazed. They pulled me out from like they put me like behind us, so now I had the best view in this in the city. I was like on the street on Broadway looking at them with a big knot in my head watching the freaking floats flow by,
Oh,
bro.
you made the best out of a bad situation.
Yeah, man. Good times, man. There used to be and then right there, like 2 blocks away, I'll never forget this because there was a Modell's there. You guys know what Modell's is?
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Of
You know what
course,
Modell's is?
yeah.
It's like a sporting store. It's right. There was
Yeah.
a Modell's right there on Broadway.
That was funny.
Yeah, man. It was good times, man. Good times. But any last remarks, man, before we wrap this thing up?
Just go Yankees. Hope that we do something, even if we really don't. Even if we really don't think we're the best in AL, a lot of things can happen. It's still, I know that's cliche, but it's still baseball. Just hope for the other team's injuries. Not really, but
Chill.
yeah, no,
But
I
nah,
I don't I
what
don't hope for injuries.
You going to hell, Welkin.
No, I don't.
I'm
I
playing.
don't
Scott
actually.
Boris. Scott Boris is your agent.
No, I don't hope for injuries because that means they get to say whatever they want. Like the Red Sox, they said we would have won if we had Roman Anthony. You got lucky, and I kind of agree with them. So
Yeah.
I
How
want
about
to.
you,
Yeah,
Kelvin?
it was great. Yeah, but it was great getting on the panel and to end it off on a good note. You guys can comment who you think is going to be uh, Judge's fourth teammate to have 100 ribbies because he only had Stanton do it 2 seasons and Soto do it a third, and we went to the World Series. My vote, I know Wolfen is not going to like this, but my vote is Jazz.
Mm.
So you guys can comment what
Be
you
the
think
fourth.
or who you think is going to be Judge's fourth season of 100 ribbies behind him.
That's a
crazy,
good
man.
observation. I don't see anybody on the roster who can match 100 RBIs. I don't see it.
Belly was 2 away.
Billy was too.
I think Bellinger's going to regress.
Me
That
too.
was such a horrible contract.
Yeah, I'm also I've been calling him Smellinger this entire offseason. I'm not gonna lie. I
Well, I want to be more positive. I'm gonna go with what Zoe said. I think Ben Rice could be that fourth
really okay.
teammate to have 100 RBIs
I mean, that'd be
beside
great.
Judge.
I'm not going to fight.
I will actually say something that will surprise you. I actually do think
Okay.
Jazz will do 100. I think he's gonna want to. I
But
think
Jazz needs to still to 70%. Just like you said, like Jazz has a talent, but it has to be his play style.
he
I
has
think Jazz get into. Go ahead.
he has that potential to get 100 RBIs. If there's anyone on this roster with that talent, next in line would be Jazz Chisholm, and I'm hoping he does it. I'll always root for him as a Yankee, but once he's not a Yankee and he's gonna want 35 mil, see ya. So
Yeah.
hopefully.
But anyway, guys, we're gonna wrap it up there, man. I appreciate you guys joining, man. Yeah, man. I'm gonna try to do this every week, and I'd love for you guys to hop on, man. I appreciate you guys too, man. If not, it'd just be me here looking like an idiot asking people to join. I appreciate it, man. Thank you guys.
Appreciate you, man. Remember to like the video, guys.
Exactly, man. Yeah, Kelvin, you was made for this, man. You got it in you, brother. I'm telling you. I think a candle's coming your way. Yeah, man. But anyway, folks.
Hopefully, you're a good fan.
Yeah.
Say it
anyway,
again,
man,
bro. Say it again, bro.
Go ahead.
Oh, I said just welcome to the New York Yankee fan base, man. You're a good fan.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
you see how you got all your hair?
Go Yankees.
You see how you got all your hair?
Oh my God!
we're gonna check back in on you in like 5 years. See how you doing?
Well, it all depends on how long Boone is here. If Boone is here with no ring, I don't expect Kelvin might not have a cam on like me.
See, I've pulled out my own hair a couple times with this team, but anyway, folks, that's gonna do it for me. Again, like, comment, subscribe if you can, and do what Kelvin said. He said, "Who's gonna have 100 RBIs beside Judge on this in this Yankees lineup in 2026?" With that being said, I appreciate you guys. Have a great weekend, and I'm ending this here right here. Peace, y'all.